Oh no. Look. Jared, look at the camera. Okay, yeah, there you go. Blah 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 blah. Hey, as always, I'm the Twitcher. We're doing music time. We got Jared. We got Bright Blind, and we're gonna talk about music. Let's start with the question that I'll probably ask every time. What are we currently listening to? Like, what are you guys listening to on the regular as of late?
I've been feeling like a lot of Iggy Pop.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. Iggy Pop is the musician of the month. I've only heard 2 of Iggy Pop's albums so far in normal me fashion. What's the second album called? The second studio.
Funhouse.
Yeah.
Funhouse. If you haven't heard Funhouse,
Sounds so good.
and you like jazz, or you like rock, or you like noise music, or you like punk, or you like metal, or even if you like folk, you'll probably like Funhouse by the Stooges. It's like Anger was turned into avant-garde sound jazz. That's kind of the whole album to me, especially like the last track. What's the last track called? Is it called Funhouse?
Is it
I'm pretty sure it's TVI, right?
TVI is the last track.
Yeah.
That one especially.
TVI.
That track especially. I listened to it when I was driving home in the dark. And the drive was the length of the album, which was perfect. That was weird.
It's like a really nice length album.
It felt weird in a good way. And it also felt good listening to it at night. Like, there's something about it being the way that it was while I was driving on the freeway. Because there's like an aggression to it. And I probably have my like highest levels of aggression while driving. And I loved it. The first Stooges album, I think like most people know at least a quarter of those songs. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think that's kind of like what they're known for.
Yeah, first one. And Raw Power. People know a lot of Raw Power too.
Raw Power is the best Stooges one.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, we're already... All right. Wait, let's not talk about it, but we have that for when we talk about it.
Yeah.
Quick little sample of us thinking about and talking about and caring about the Stooges. Iggy Pop. What else have you guys been listening to?
I've been still on my punk kick. I've been listening to like a lot of like Black Flag.
Also shut the door.
I've been listening to like a lot of Black Flag, a lot of like Adolescence, and like Suicidal Tendencies even.
Oh yeah, Suicidal Tendencies is like a... I feel like it should be more popular. It kind of blows me away that they're not.
Yeah.
They are, but they aren't?
They are, yeah. Like, yeah, a lot of people, like, you always see, like, stuff and everything, but, like, when, it's really, like, I never meet enough people that I'm like, yeah, Suicidal Tendencies, and they're like, yeah.
Bro, you talk like the camera's...
I know, it's just, I want to look at the screen. It's, like, real, I'm like...
Would it make it easier if I moved this over here?
That would actually, bro, I was gonna ask.
So we'll do this, and then we'll go like this, and then we'll grab this guy. Is that better for you? Oh yeah, that's immediately better for him. Yeah. Wow, you like immediately like locked on. So we'll put it over there from now on. Is it mostly just Punk and the Stooges, or is there anything else in there?
Most of like I've been listening to like some new wave and stuff, like some stuff like like the Cars and like.
Oh yeah. I've been listening to Cars before, but I love the Cars.
And, like,
have you listened to much Cure? The Cure?
Actually, I've not been listening to a lot of Cure, but I should.
I've been listening to a solid amount of like Gary Newman. Like,
really?
Yeah.
I love Gary Newman. He's so weird.
Yeah, he's good.
He's super weird. Oh, Mr. Newman. What else?
And a little bit of like Churches.
Churches?
And
who doesn't love Churches?
And also like Soft Cult. They're really good. They're like an underground, like kind of like if I had to describe them, it'd probably be about like kind of like how like Pale Wave's first album sounds. My mind makes noises.
Well, we do. I don't think most people know who Pale Waves is. What? So it's similar to a band called Pale Waves.
But it's like a lot more like raw and like distorted. So I kind of like it.
Is there a more popular band that you think that people might like compare it to? Because it's been a while since I've listened to Pale Waves.
some
So
early,
can't
I
come
guess
up
some like slightly better early 1975.
with- Okay. Yeah. Ugh. I haven't listened to them yet. I have to listen to them because I'm going to listen to your guys' top 10. We should do that at some point. Listen to each other's top 10s, both of them.
Yeah.
And then talk about it because I know I'm going to disagree. But that's why we have our top 10s.
Yeah.
I might be like, oh man, this one's way better than I thought it would be. Or man, this one's actually really good. Or blah, 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 blah. But I have a feeling there's at least two that I'm going to be like, you're dumb.
Yeah. There's a good amount of albums on both of you that I haven't heard.
Yeah, I would assume that both of you haven't heard any but like two of mine.
I think I've only heard like 2 of yours and 3 of his. Maybe.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Oh no, you've heard 3 of mine because you've heard Vince Staples.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he's a Vince Staples. You should listen to it. Anything else you've been listening to lately?
Besides some Green Day, but that's about it.
Okay, so mine isn't quite as broad as theirs. Sabba's new album came out. I think I might have mentioned that in the last one, and I keep listening to it. I love it a lot. Few Good Things, the 3rd project by Sabbath. I don't know if it's his 3rd official release. I don't know how that works. It's his 3rd project. It's his 3rd actual project. Came out, and I love it. I like it so much, but this is a common thing where I get stuck on like an artist that I like. It's not necessarily because they're smaller, but often they are a smaller artist. I'm like, oh man, I'm lucky to be the person who enjoys this. And there's something about that where I'll get stuck.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, definitely.
And I love it. Did you listen to the song yet?
I have not.
Bridie, you suck. Maybe we'll do a segment in this where we play it on it'll be playing on stream and it'll be playing for him. We'll just give him headphones. We'll just keep talking and then you guys can look at his expression. I'd like you to do it with your eyes closed, and I'd like you to really listen. I actually might play you 3 songs, because they all go very much so together. The last 3 songs in the album. It's not going to ruin the album listen for you, I promise. Because I want you to actually listen to it. We got Miss Little Insane in the house. We're talking about the albums and the music that we have been listening to recently. Man. So I've been listening to that. I listen to jazz almost the entire time I'm at work. So I listen to usually the same playlist, or maybe I have like 6 jazz playlists, but it'll be like Thelonious Monk, I have Vince Gilardi on there, I have Miles Davis on there, I have John Coltrane.
What's up?
What's up? What does that one say? King Benny B, I think is what that's supposed to be. King B, Benny B, or maybe just King Benny, I don't know. What's up? So I've been listening to a lot of that because I listen to that every single day. I also will occasionally listen to, his name is Gabby something, and he's a Hawaiian artist, and he's quite good if you haven't heard him. Ads are coming up. Get ready. Hold your breath. Yeah, they're there. So I've been listening to a lot of Gabby. Do you know who I'm talking about? His name is Gabby.
No, I don't know who that is. No.
He's one of the better Hawaiian musicians I've ever heard. I was recommended him a year ago or so.
Oh, okay.
He's quite good. He's not new. This guy. What is your name? Gabby Puani. Gabby Puani. Look at that. Look at it. He looks like is that, no. Who's the guy? Mr. Miyagi a little bit. Right? Am I crazy?
I can see it.
He can see it. He can see it. Yeah, bro. Just tried using Twitch on my system, but it won't load. No, my man, that sucks. I'm sorry, bro. Like, are you trying to stream on Twitch, or like watching my stream is dying? So I've been listening to that as well.
Yeah.
And then, is there anything else I've really been listening to? I have this playlist that I made like 2 years ago, and I just slowly add music I really like to it.
Oh, I have that one too.
And I just have that for like if I'm driving somewhere that I don't know how long it's going to be, because I like to listen to like a certain amount of an album or a full album when I drive. And so I have to have a playlist for when I'm not doing that, so that I can not be like mad that I'm in the middle of an album, or I only got this far, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Hold on, 3 ads came on. 3 whole ads!
Damn.
What were they? So there's that. Let's see. Outside of that, just a little bit of Stooges, but not much.
I've also been listening to like a lot of stuff on like my work playlist.
Right.
I have like a work playlist I play for my kids. It's like stuff that's like, you know, like
A work playlist?
Yeah,
What does that mean?
it's like good like popular music that like is like you can play for kids. That's appropriate. So
Okay.
I like a lot of Beatles and like Taylor Swift and like even like Cranberries even and like
Oh, cranberries for the
and, like
little kitties.
yeah. And
Hello.
a bunch of good like a pretty good playlist. I think.
Okay. Yeah, that would, yeah. I mean, that's probably like the equivalent of my jazz playlist. It's like your work playlist.
Yeah.
That's like, it kind of like reminds me of my, like, I have this playlist that I like, listen to and I just want to like not skip any songs or just like, just want to like feel like stuff. It's I have like, it's called personal playlist.
Oh.
Where I just like
personal playlist.
slowly add stuff, songs and stuff to like that like really connect with me and like, I just like usually listen to that like a lot. And
That's
it's like,
pretty dope.
it's like a solid amount of, it's a long playlist, but yeah, I still listen to it a solid amount.
That's freaking awesome. So I saw this TikTok not super long ago where it's just this guy does these things where every one of his videos is like songs for this. And this is song number da 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 for this, and it's like song of the day, and then da da. That's all he does. That's what he does. And one of the things he does is when he does it, he puts them in a playlist, and the playlist and the concept was songs that I find perfect, and I like that because it doesn't mean that they're the best song. But it means that you personally enjoy them at such a level that they're perfect.
I actually have a playlist like that, but I only got 4 songs in there, and I'm like,
I'm worried that will have too high of a criteria for myself, or I'll be like, it's really good.
that's what I know. That's what I'm like. I know. That's what was my thing. Is like, all right, these songs I know I like, they're perfect. Like, but other ones I'm just like, I really, I don't know. I have to like really be like, yeah.
I don't know how many songs would end up in there. What 5 songs give you guys serious serotonin? Serious serotonin.
Ooh.
5 songs?
Ooh, if I had to pick 5 songs, it'd give me some serious serotonin. Ooh.
Tala does. Tala gives me all the serotonin.
Not gonna lie, probably
I'm probably going like metal here,
I'm going like more of like an indie like
or
direction
like,
here.
even like pop. Like,
I mean, I'll start since I thought you guys were going to start talking about. One for sure that will always give me serotonin is the whole of Planet Waves by Bob Dylan, but that's not one song. Forever Young, the slow version by Bob Dylan. I've said this to many people, and I truly mean this. I want to be lowered into my grave, into my final resting place, while that song is playing. I want my descent into the grave to take exactly the length of that song. I think it'll be beautiful. I think it'll be perfect, and it's all I want. So that's my first one. The slow version of Forever Young, because there's a fast and a slow. It's the lullaby version. Either one of you.
I have to go with Do You Believe in Magic by Ali and AJ because it's like with that song it's like
We're doing serotonin. For a second I thought we were talking about perfect songs, and I got mad.
It takes me way back to like
Oh,
my
yeah.
childhood, and it's like it brings something in me that I like really like. I like remember exactly what I was doing when I hear that song and when the video came on like Disney Channel. So that's definitely one song up there.
Okay, do you have one?
I got one. One of them is like, I got like 2. I'm gonna go with Cabin Fever by Nick Cave and the Backseat. No, From Her to Eternity. Well, either one, honestly, but
Yeah, it's 5. It's not just
Yeah,
one. It's 5. You can list 2.
yeah, but yeah.
Grandma's Hands by Bill Withers. I love that song. That right there is one of the songs that I would call perfect. That's one of my perfect songs, 100%. I do not mean this jokingly. Grandma's Hands by Bill Withers. It's off his first album, and it's just a song about his grandma, and it's beautiful.
Another one I gotta go with is Bitch by the Rolling Stones.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
No, that's like,
I mean, yeah.
that's like literally like, that's like one of the songs like I hear, that's like, I feel like, just makes, I listen to that song, I'm like, yeah, this is a fucking rock and roll song.
I got another one of mine's like Hope of Deliverance by Paul McCartney, and that's one song that I just like hear it right away and it puts me in such a great mood. I'm just like, yeah, Paul, we what happens for a reason. Because the lyrics is like we live in hope of deliverance from what darkness surrounds us. And I just feel that part.
Okay. That's super. That's a great song. I feel like I have to do, which I didn't realize how popular the song was, but I still love it. And it's the Paul McCartney and Wings version of Yesterday. I believe, yeah. I think it's with Wings.
The one on Wings Over America?
I think that's the one.
That's a good one.
I love the song. I love every version of the song. But the way that it's delivered, I think it's that one, is so good. It's definitely not a perfect song, but it's serious serotonin.
Yeah. What about I'm gonna go.
I got one right now.
Oh,
You
you
go.
go.
While you think.
Oh, you go.
Another one I have is "The Buddha of Suburbia" by David Bowie. Like that song's just when I first heard that Bowie song, I like fell in love with it right away. So like it brings me back that feeling of joy every time I hear it. It's like it's off one of my it's off of course '90s Bowie. You know how much I love '90s Bowie.
Do you have another one? If you have another one, you can go, bro.
It's up to Jared.
So,
Jared right.
I mean, I'll keep going.
Yeah.
I remember when the album Malibu came out by Anderson .Paak because I listened to the album 7 times the first day. And I love this album so much. I think it's album of the year 2016. Come at me. I don't care. But The Dreamer by Anderson .Paak on there, 1 gives me serotonin, 2 makes me cry. And so after the serotonin ones, I'm going to ask you guys, because I have these, about songs that are like your cry songs, or that make you cry, or that make you want to cry, or that you listen to and you're sad, that make you cry, but like in a good way, because I think there's a relieving cry that you do. What else you got? Because I think I'm at 4, and I think...
Yeah,
How many am I? I got 2. I got 2.
3. You got 2.
Okay.
Say both.
I'm going.
If you just serotonin, bro. It can be any song you like.
Yeah,
man.
I know, but
But it has to be
I
special.
like being really like.
Yeah, picky,
know.
picky.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with "World Princess Part 2" by Grimes. That
Okay.
song is that song like makes me really happy.
How's it going, Tala?
What a Tala.
Tala.
Oh, Tala just keeps hanging on out. Oh. Do you have another one?
And I am going to go.
I got 2 more after.
Yeah, I could continue any song.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the one.
I'm gonna go with. No. Which one? I am going to go with "Bad Obsession" by Guns N' Roses.
I'll do Talk. I think it's just called Talk, which is oh my goodness, song by Amine featuring Saba. I love Saba. I love Amine. I think they're both underrated, but they're probably doing quite well for themselves. I'm not sure how well they're actually doing.
Another one for me is "Zombie" by Orla Gartland, because that song just gets me pumped up and just like makes me feel ready. That's why I like that. That's my 4th.
I'm gonna do.
I think it was your 5th, bro.
You made me really want to do "Zombie" by Cranberry.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a great
That's a
one,
great
yeah.
one.
So
I'll do another one.
I guess I'll have to do that, but there's another one I wanted to do.
Keep Your Head Up by this guy right here, Tupac Shakur. Such a good song. So uplifting, so powerful, so important. I love this song. It makes me happy every single time I hear it, without fail. You have another one?
I have this is one song that I specifically hear a lot in the summer because like feels right with everything. It's "Pop Thieves" by Childish Gambino. That's another one that's like right there.
Hoppish Thieves?
Yeah, "Pop Thieves" is great.
Pop Thieves.
Yeah.
I don't know the names of almost any Gambino songs.
just-
I've heard them.
It just fits with like the summer mood. And that's why that's my 5th.
I'm going to ask you this because I think you'll have an opinion on this, Brady. How good of a rapper do you think Childish Gambino is?
I think he's pretty good.
What rappers do you think he's better than?
I mean,
So I have an idea of where you put him.
I mean,
Is he better than Travis Scott?
yeah, definitely better than Travis Scott for sure. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Is he a better rapper than Kid Cudi?
I don't know. You see, that's where it gets me because like, I think Kid Cudi raps slightly better, but Childish Gambino kind of like I connect to Childish Gambino a little more through his lyrics. So that's like kind of a tough one.
That's fair. I think Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, is a better rapper than Kid Cudi. I don't think Kid Cudi is that good of a rapper. He's interesting, but I think the majority of his music is just a form of pop music.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I think Childish Gambino is also a better like all-around musician than Kid Cudi.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I think Kid Cudi is more of a dreamer. I think Kid Cudi is more of like an artist. Like he's an artist. But I think Childish Gambino is a better musician. And I think he also is a better writer.
And
so,
entertainer.
he's kind of a tour de force. But let's throw it like a hard one. Is he better? Is he a better rapper than, let's say, Nas?
Whew. Yeah,
I'm curious what you have to say.
I don't know. Nas is such a great rapper, but Childish Gambino is also so good. Man, this is kind of a tough one.
Is this a tough one?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is why we wanted to do this. This is what I'm always curious of.
I think Nas is a better rapper, like a little bit, yeah.
I think Nas is a substantially better rapper than Childish Gambino. Hear me out though. I think Childish Gambino is a better entertainer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He just is.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, I'm enjoying this game, and I think the easiest person to do this with is Bridie over here. Who is a better rapper than Mac Miller? Because I think that there's some pretty clear lines here. So let's start with this. I like Mac Miller. I think Mac Miller is a good rapper, and I also think he's a good musician. Mac Miller is actually a better musician than I think most people will ever give him credit for, which is interesting. People always talk about how, like, oh, Post Malone was a musician. Post Malone played guitar in high school, like every other kid does. That doesn't make him a musician.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that he wasn't like good at the guitar, he didn't have music ambition, or he wasn't into music or anything like that. But I don't want there to ever be a comparison between Post Malone and what's his name? Sorry, I didn't mean to just so hard.
And Mac Miller.
And Mac Miller. I forgot his name. My brain's cooked. I had a long day at work. And Mac Miller. Mac Miller wins that every time. So I'm not even going to put that up for the two of you. I think that's ludicrous. Ludacris. Who's better, Ludacris or Mac Miller?
Mac Miller. Yeah.
Ludacris, hands down. Ludacris is a better rapper, 9 to 5, 100%. Ludacris is one of the best rappers from the South. We just we know 3 of his songs. By we, I mean America.
Yeah, I haven't heard all of
There's one Ludacris song I know that I'm not sure if everyone else knows. It's called Good Lovin'. That's a pretty good song.
I know every Ludacris song. I love Ludacris.
I don't know. Like,
Good Lovin's a pretty good one.
Here's one that I'll agree with you guys on. Nelly.
Nah.
It's Mac Miller. Mac Miller's way better. Mac Miller's way better than Nelly. Nelly is fun, I guess. He's interesting. He's fake gangster. He's playful. Here's one that I think should be a difficult one. Mac Miller or 50 Cent? Whoa!
Yeah.
Missile Insane, you subscribed with Prime? Look, Pikachu. Woo! Second subscriber in the house. Right behind Thief-Eye, we have Miss Little Insane. Number 2 subscriber. Okay. Mac Miller or 50 Cent?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think one of you have the right answer. I think one of you have the wrong answer. It's an opinion, but it's the right.
So
probably Mac Miller, to be honest.
My opinion is Mac Miller, but I also think 50 Cent had like I don't know, he had 50 Cent like might be a little better though, like as like a rapper. But
50 Cent is a better rapper.
But like Mac Miller might be like
I like Mac Miller more than 50
package,
Cent.
yeah.
50 Cent is a better rapper. I like Mac Miller more.
That reminds me of these things are two like kind of like similar in like a different kind of way. Like 50 Cent or Drake. 50 Cent was like the 2000s like popular.
What?
50
it's
Cent
50 Cent beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
Are you going to say Drake? What do you say?
I was gonna say like well yeah, definitely 50 Cent. But I was gonna say, but like 50 Cent was like the 2000s like kind of like Drake, where like he like made hits nonstop.
I can always just be white to 50 Cent.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Oh, just little white little dances like you know how white people do when they hear rap.
Yeah, I do. I don't enjoy the way that most... I like that we're calling them white people when I'm hearing it, and I love it. White people don't know how to dance, and that's me included. I can't dance. But they especially don't know how to dance to rap, to R&B, to soul. They don't know how to do it.
Phil Collins knew it the whole time.
Phil Collins, he did. Oh, Phil. How did Phil Collins, that ugly man, have such beautiful children? Models, probably?
I mean, yeah, probably models, and probably... I like to think, like, the power of some of his songs, just like... like, what?
Because Lily Collins is gorgeous.
Oh, yeah, she
I don't even understand how they're related.
No, I know.
Because he looks like a toad.
I didn't even know they were.
I remember. I
That's
know.
it,
Longest time. I mean, I knew
I
it.
know,
I knew
that's
it. I
still-
knew it for a while now. But like back when I first heard of
Yeah.
Lily Collins, I didn't know they were like.
When I found out, I was like, really? That?
I was watching one of her movies, and I think Taylor was like, "Oh yeah, that's Phil Collins' daughter." And I was like, "No, it's not. Just because they have the same last name doesn't mean they're related." And then I looked it up, and I was wrong. I was the dummy. Man, no. So also, have either one of you heard all of 50 Cent's albums? I think he has 4 albums. I think it's it.
I have not.
If he has
When
more
did the
than-
last one come out?
Let's see. We'll look it up. We will look it up. Fat fingers. No, yo. Did you see that? Did you see that last second?
50 Cent's not in the 50s.
How many actual albums do you have? Yeah, it's not that many. Let's see. No, you did not release. Oh, okay, I guess he's been releasing albums.
Oh, wow.
I thought it ended with Curtis. So I thought that was his last album.
So I thought was his last album.
Well, there you go. You thought one more than me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, I've actually heard all of these. I haven't heard this one because it's Power, Powder, Respect. Wait, why Power, Powder?
I don't think.
What the hell is Power, Powder? 50 Cent. What is Power, Powder, Respect? You probably, Bulletproof is probably the last one you heard.
Yeah, I've not heard that 2009 one.
Get Rich or Die Tryin' is a classic rap album.
Yeah.
Mac Miller has good albums, and I think Mac Miller is really good. I don't think a single one of Mac Miller's albums is a classic rap album.
I don't know, Kids though. That's a pretty good one.
I don't think it's bad. I don't. So
Yeah, they're really great albums, but I don't know if any of them do fit like criteria for classic. Maybe over time though.
So like
Swimming might.
they might fit somewhere in like they definitely fit in the genre of like hip hop, but like rap is about like your ability to rap well on a beat, and that's it. Like it's not about like almost anything else. And I think that's really all that 50 did. I think that's literally it. So 50 Cent, I think, is a better rapper, not a better musician. And I think he has an album that's definitely, like, it is, like, it's a rap album that you, like, have to own if you like rap. But I like Mac Miller.
I could, like Jared is saying, I feel like kind of think about it a little more. I guess you could say swimming throughout time, like
Maybe,
for sure. Yeah.
Maybe it'll be classic hip hop. It's not gonna be classic rap. Andre 3000, better than Childish Gambino? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Better than Mac Miller?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad that I at least have you there, because I would be blown away if I didn't at least have you there. Okay. With all of that, we talked about potentially looking at albums coming out this year. I know that you looked at albums coming out this month that you might be excited for.
I looked the next few months. There are a few.
Which ones are you excited for?
Well, immediately the two I'm excited for February are the Donda 2 if it comes out.
Oh yeah, Donda 2. That's right.
And fucking the new Tears for Fears album, their reunion album.
Oh, I forgot they were doing that.
Yeah, yeah. And also, I found out that on this Friday there was a new Beach House album, and I knew nothing about it.
I didn't knew about that either.
So
Beach House was one of the ones
definitely
we
do
all
it,
listened to, right? Yeah, I think they were.
No.
Did we not listen to
No,
Beach House?
we did
We
not.
listened to Best Coast.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Best Coast. I like Best Coast.
Best Coast is really good.
I'm excited for like Alice Glass's album like tomorrow. Like it drops like at 9:00 around here, and so I'm pretty excited about that. It's her first album.
Oh yeah.
Who's Alice Glass?
She's like an electronic like person. She like started in Crystal Castles.
That was their first band.
Yeah.
She has one EP. but
Yeah,
now it's the first
her EP
album.
is really good. She has a few like singles. That
How's Crystal Castles?
They're good.
I haven't really heard any Crystal
Yeah, they're
Castles
good.
actually. I've mostly heard only solo Alice Glass.
Okay. Bright Blind, what are you drinking?
It is citrus and green tea.
Citrus and green tea. Cobra's favorite.
Pretty good.
I'm mostly going to talk about rap because I feel like that's kind of where my part of the music talks are almost always going to lean. Because I love folk, I love rap. I like everything else, but I like folk and rap the most. I just do. I always will. I think they're the same thing. I think that's confusing to a lot of people to hear, but I think they're the same thing. I think Muse is pretty much either folk, blues, or soul. I feel like rock is a form of blues, but I think rock can also be folky.
I'll-
But I think that's like that.
Yeah. always talk about like mine always leans for like alternative and like metal.
Yeah, mine's more like alternative and like just basic
Classic
indie
rock.
rock. Yeah.
Indie rock, weird pop,
Yep.
alt metal, alt rock.
Yeah.
Let's see. What am I excited for? The album that I'm the most excited for coming up soon is 100%, if it's actually coming out, Donda 2.
Yeah.
It's Donda 2. And I hope he does a good job. I hope he does this one for his mother, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's Donda 2, and this is. I think it'll be even better than Donda 1.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
It's got to be
Make
better.
it shorter, though,
It's gotta be
Kanye.
better, yeah.
Kanye, just decide to make it
yeah.
part albums, so I don't get a 2-hour album that's, like, repeating itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would happily listen to, you know, a 35-minute album from you, Kanye.
And you know what, Kanye? You didn't even release it on CD like at the store, so I can't even just have it playing in my car.
That would be a good car.
Did he even
Yeah, I'm not gonna-
release it physically?
No, I've
Yeah.
not seen one, so I
But,
doubt.
I almost bought his little machine. I forget what he called it. That he released before Donda came out, and it came preloaded with Donda on it, and it was something where you could mess with the beats
Oh, that's
actively
cool.
on there, and essentially make a new version of it for yourself. It was like $500, and I almost convinced myself to buy it, but I didn't. I didn't do it. Man, I've been paying very little attention to what he's doing with Donda 2. I've more so been paying attention to him and Pete's beef.
Oh
Because
yeah,
it's the
'cause he
funniest
posted
part of
all
the
on
internet.
Instagram.
It's everywhere.
Do you guys, this is definitely music talk, do you guys have a favorite thing that's happened in this weird little beef?
I mean, not
'Cause it's
necessarily. I mean,
hilarious.
I've had the thing. Pete Davidson first was pretty funny. Then I realized what he did, so I don't like Pete Davidson anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't like Pete Davidson. He doesn't really like Pete Davidson. I think he's just an interesting dude, and I think it's funny that he's messing with Kanye. I think if I was like in a position like him, I would do it. Especially if I messed with Kanye and he responded, I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah. Why would you?
You're getting attention from Kanye.
Yeah, he's like
Kanye lightly threatened your life. What more could you want? What more could you want?
That's Pete. Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson's
Got
ugly.
it.
Pete Davidson is ugly, but you know people probably find him beautiful. I mean, I guess
yeah,
Kim
yeah.
Kardashian finds him beautiful.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Who's the woman from Marvel who dated Pete Davidson? Kate Beckinsale, is that who it was?
Fucking Kate Beckinsale date Pete Davidson?
Yeah, I think Kate Beckinsale dated Pete Davidson. A lot of people dated Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
And
Pete
you know
Davidson
what?
Gets around.
And I'd be pretty mad if I was Kanye and my wife was dating Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think he should be approaching it with, "Oh, dude, I messed up so bad that my wife is dating Pete Davidson."
Yeah.
Like, come on, Kanye.
Yeah.
Get it together. Get it together for the kids, you know? Our kids, your kids. Or maybe don't. Maybe something will happen where the pressure of the instable relationship of their parents will make Kanye's kids better musicians. Maybe Kanye's kids are going to be the future of music.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's it.
Kanye, that's what he wants to do. He wants to be like the first family and make his family
Yeah.
fucking all musicians. I can see it.
I mean, the Jackson
get-
5 exists, my man.
Yeah.
Don't forget
But
about.
none of their family.
Don't forget about the Sinatra family.
Yeah. Although,
Oh,
Paris Jackson's album's pretty good.
My Paris Jackson's
Oh.
album is really good.
is
yeah.
it? She has an album?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty
I've
good.
not-
yeah.
Came out a few years ago and it's pretty good.
Didn't hear it. What kind of music is
It was like kind of like folk, right?
Yeah, it's like indie folk, like pop.
Oh. I mean, I guess since we're weirdly on the topic of people's relatives, Bob Dylan's grandson or great-grandson, I'm not sure which one he is, he does not make good music. He looks like an uglier Bob Dylan. Which
Oh
is
yeah,
crazy.
that's right. Yeah.
I listened to all of his stuff, and he did folk and then he did rap, and either one was particularly good, but it doesn't mean that he won't become good, because he was pretty young when I heard that stuff. Like I think he was like 17 at the time, and he put out multiple projects.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm loving the beef between Kanye and Pete because it's ludicrous. He's like a joke cast member of SNL, but But he's probably a pretty alright dude. And I know that you guys, because of the stuff that you heard, are going to disagree with me. But he's probably... I'd hang out with Pete Davidson. I would much rather hang out with Kanye than Pete Davidson.
I mean, I'd hang out with Pete Davidson.
But here's the thing. How long do you hang out with Kanye before, like, you're like, dude, this is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot. And with Pete Davidson, I doubt that it ever gets there.
Doesn't Bob Dylan's son in the band? So
so he has a son that's in the Wallflowers, who's just hot Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan's son, that one is just hot Bob Dylan.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
Jacob Dylan. Yeah.
Jacob Dylan. Jacob Dylan. I wonder also if Jacob Dylan's real name is it just Jacob? What's
Jacob Zimmerman.
Zimmerman. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Or is it like something else Zimmerman, and then he just chose a stage name like his dad? Because either one would be interesting. Yeah, no, the Wallflowers are great. They're also like somewhat successful in the 90s.
Yeah.
They're probably one of the better 90s bands, in my opinion. Like the ones that were on the radio. Well, the better 90s bands that were frequently on the radio.
Yeah, I mean, like, maybe.
I don't know. Smashing Pumpkins and Cranberries on the radio a fair amount in the 90s.
Nirvana.
I'm not saying that... Okay, so with this, there's a lot of music in the 90s.
Yeah.
I'm not directly saying that they're better than other people on the radio. I'm saying that they're better than the majority of what was on the radio.
Where's Corey? You should be helping us out.
So this is... Yeah. Because when did Creed come out?
Oh, yeah, they were like later 90s,
Yeah, so like Creed was on the radio.
True, later 90s.
Limp Bizkit.
Kind of.
So like new metal era. I think the Wallflowers were making music in the new metal era, and I think a lot of that was trash.
They like Deftones and Pantera and System of a Down.
Yeah, but then you have Nickelback. And you have Smash Mouth.
That was until like 99 or something though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And then you have Sugar Ray.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you have all this stuff. So, like, I think we immediately jump to the good stuff because we listen to the good stuff. But when you think of, like, Sugar Ray...
Yeah, I don't get big joy.
Yeah.
Methods of Mayhem.
They're okay.
They're alright, yeah. I'm not really a huge fan of them.
Methods of Mayhem's Tommy Lee's side project.
Yeah, I don't care about them.
They're okay.
Yeah, okay. Tommy Lee, you're a weird one. Talking about Kanye, talking about Donda, has anyone seen, I know that you two haven't because I already talked about this, YUHS, the new documentary series about Kanye West? Because if you haven't, because I know you two haven't, you really need to.
I need to.
I don't know how long it's going to be. You probably never know with Kanye. It could just end up being this one episode that I've seen, or it could be like 10 more, 20 more, 30 more. I don't know. It's Act 1, Part 1, I think is what it's called. And it's called YUHS, JEENYUHS, Genius. Because he's genius. And the first part is like early Kanye. It's like Kanye before anyone knew who Kanye was. It was like young 20-something-year-old Kanye as like a producer. It's Kanye working on his way to get signed to Rock Nation. That's what that first episode's about. And it's so weird to see normal human Kanye. Because this is Kanye who's just like your really determined friend who's like, I'm going to become famous. And you're like, I don't know, man. You're good. I get it. But I just don't know if you have it. And he's like, no, I'm going to become famous. Because that's Kanye. Because Kanye has this energy now that everyone knows where he's like, I'm going to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I can do anything. I'm perfect. And he had that, but he had it in like a real human's body. Like a real, like I have to pay bills. Like I have to drive to the store. Like I have to do all these things body before he became so successful, so rich, so famous that he doesn't have the things that humans have anymore. Mm-hmm. Like he doesn't have the same level of responsibility anymore.
He can do anything.
He can do anything he wants. And I like seeing that because it's almost like seeing a transformation. It's like seeing a caterpillar become a butterfly. It's crazy. And I'm excited for the rest of the show. It's also really interesting to see him interacting with his mother. There's like I think it's roughly 10 minutes of it where it's just video of him talking to his mom. His mom's like Kanye, you remember when you was like in 7th grade and were walking through the halls and you would sing this song? And she starts to rap a song that Kanye wrote when he was a kid. And then Kanye starts rapping it, and it's better than, it's not a release song, it's not a finished song, it's better than what's in so much successful rap that it's like upsetting that something that little kid Kanye wrote was that good.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by the show. So if you haven't checked out Genius, the documentary on Kanye West, go do it. Go do it. Go do it. I highly recommend it.
What's it on?
It is on Netflix. It's on Netflix. So I think that's definitely a thing to do. I just think it's a good idea. It's worth your time. It's enjoyable. It's interesting as hell. It's so interesting. I might just intermittently bring up more stuff about it as we continue through this music talk. Brightblind, do you want to talk about your music? Because Brightblind's our little local musician here. He's making all sorts of stuff. Have we gotten it up on any new platforms? Have we transferred it over? Is it still only on SoundCloud?
It's only on SoundCloud, but I am uploading one of my old mixtapes that like came out early 2020. It's gonna be on like Spotify and all that. That's like was used to only be on SoundCloud for a while. But that's gonna be out like March 15th, I believe.
Okay, coming out March 15th. How would you describe it? So
I mean, it's me kind of trying to find my sound a little bit more. So it's a lot me and more kind of like a good like indie like kind of sound to it. It's like really weird, but it has like still has that like sad boy style with it. It's like really
sad boy indie weird.
Yeah.
All right. I haven't heard it, so I don't know. At least I don't think I have.
Yeah. It's gonna be out, and I am currently working on an EP, which is also gonna be different because I'm gonna I already recorded the first 4 songs, so. Here's a quick example. The first 2 songs are very punk and alternative influenced, and the ones the other next 2 are like more of like a psychedelic like acoustic vibe to it, which is pretty good. So it's kind of like me experimenting a little bit more, but like actually doing it myself because like my mixtape Headspace, which as you know is gonna be on March 15th. That's I didn't make any of those beats, but this is me just experimenting with like whole new beats that I'm making on my own. So it's sick. So that's pretty interesting.
That's super interesting. I'm actually very interested in that. Playing around with the different sounds, are you liking punk or kind of the psychedelic more?
I'm really feeling kind of like the psychedelic stuff a little bit more.
Okay.
But I'm enjoying the punk stuff for the most part.
What would psychedelic punk be?
Oh man, I mean,
that'd be cool.
That would be really cool. Yeah.
Like. Is it something where you're
Stooges are probably the closest.
Where it's just like aggressive, and then it fades into something like it's actually a somewhat common thing you see in sound music, where you have like what sounds like something and it fades into something else, and there'd be a very punk thing about having that like rage noise music shift into something like otherworldly, transcendental.
I feel like that's kind of like turning it into metal though at that point, because
does that mean that metal can just also be called psychedelic punk at times?
Maybe some metal artists can.
maybe some metal is just psychedelic punk. What if that collab album between Lou Reed and Metallica was just psychedelic punk?
That's all they were trying to go for.
Yeah, maybe it's just a psychedelic punk album and we just didn't get it.
Yeah, they really they fucking just speak the lyrics out there and they're trying to go all over.
You can't keep a butterfly in a jar.
I want you on the floor and in a coffin. You're so shaky.
What does that album exist? That album makes less sense than so many other albums.
Last thing Lou Reed ever did.
Don't say it.
Yeah.
That's mean. That's such a mean thing to say.
So yeah.
That's such a mean thing to say.
I think Lou Reed just wanted to make another album that was like hated as metal machine music.
I guess so. His last wish was to give everyone a curse. I want to, if you're willing to, have you listen to the last 3 songs in their entirety from the album, Few Good Things. Are you willing?
I mean, I'll do it, but I have not actually heard them yet.
Yeah, perfect. That's why we're doing it. So we'll give you these headphones. We'll get them on good. Come on. I'll make sure you're wearing them nice, good, and tight. Nice, good, and tight. Tight, tight, tight.
There we go.
Tight like a tiger. God, look at, he's just locking it down. Let's.
And loaded.
Ooh, don't load me. Let's pull it up. While he's listening to it, though, we're gonna talk about other stuff. So you're just gonna like you can nod, you do whatever you want. Just don't talk too much out loud, bro. When you're listening, you gotta listen to the music. You gotta listen to the music. They are gonna be able to hear it.
Oh.
We're not. They are. Okay. It might get part of it muted. I really don't care that much. Let's pull it up. So the album is called Few Good Things by Saba. Few Good Things. I would assume the photo on the front is of his father in front of maybe the house he grew up in, but maybe I'm completely wrong. That's just an assumption. The last 3 songs are track 12, 13, and 14. Make Better is the first one. 2012 is the second one. And Few Good Things is the third one. I'm going to turn this up to about there. We'll go about there. And then we'll make sure it's loud enough for you. No, that's not what we want to listen to. How loud is that?
It's pretty. It's like loud enough. It's like perfect.
We'll go right there. Okay. Maybe we'll do it with you after. Maybe me and Brady will talk when we listen to it after. And we'll you hear it?
Yep.
Alright. This is Brady reacting to the last 3 songs on Few Good Things by Saba. So, okay. So the Stooges, that's definitely what we're listening to now. We're also listening to Iggy Pop. Does it take you back to a time in your life when you listen to this music? I'm always interested because a lot of it does.
Actually, yeah, because like I went through like a big period where like I really listened to Lust for Life. Like I bought that CD like way back in like middle, I think 8th grade or something. And I just listened all the time because I heard the song Lust for Life and I was like, man, I love that song because I remember I heard it something else when I was younger, and I like really liked it. And then I heard and I found out what it was later, and I thought, and I was like, yeah. So I heard the whole album. The whole album's like perfect. And so like just listening to that album again, like really just like brought me back. And it's like I've only gotten to Lust for Life was the last one I heard. So I'm on New Values now. And like I'm just like actually just had this CD on repeat in my car.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. When I was listening to, so I told you I was listening to the second album, Funhouse, by the Stooges. Driving at night, it reminded me of being a kid, and I have this memory. I moved a lot as a kid. I moved all the time. I've moved in my life, I think 35 times. That's a lot if you don't know much about moving.
Yeah.
But in moving that much, I have a number of memories, and there's a few that are really specific about driving through the desert at night, trying to sleep on like a laid down bench seat of a van. And for some reason that album reminded me of it, which is kind of crazy if you've heard Funhouse, because it's pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
But if you know much about me, I've had a lot of interesting things happen to me.
Yeah, and honestly, the aggression is kind of like, especially the last song, it's kind of like fading.
Yeah, it feels like it's a passing thing.
Yeah, it's like relaxing. Almost, it's like crazy. That album is probably so close. So close. You gotta hear. When you hear Raw Power,
Then we can talk.
then we can talk about like how like which one's better. Because I'm really curious which one you think's better because they're both like there's not really a wrong answer.
There we go. Okay. Man, yeah, I think it's interesting because when we were listening to Bowie, there was a number of things where it would like take me back to just like a memory, like, oh, dude, yeah. And it's interesting because it isn't like I necessarily remember listening to the song in that moment, but it would remind me of time in my life. And it's one of the things that I find interesting about music is that for me, it'll take me directly back to a very specific memory. It's not like it's not like, oh, in this space of time. It's like in a time of my life, this happened. It'll be like a 2 hours thing, a day long thing, a 2 day thing, and it's really, really interesting. Yep, Bridie's just vibing. Missile Insane, how are you liking the music? Because only you and Bridie can hear it. I kind of like the reacting thing above that. I might need to make it slightly smaller.
Kind of nice. I kind of like it.
Wait, like right in the corner.
Oh, we have shuffle on. So it was shuffling.
Oh.
I didn't realize. So you went from the first song to a random one. I was like, why is that song so up? So this is the one I think you'll like the most, but I don't want to influence too much. Man. If you don't listen to rap, Saba is someone that is probably pretty approachable for you because he has a number of songs that aren't like that aggressive raw rap. He has a lot that's more just like hip hop. It's like if Drake tried some of it, you know? Yeah. So
I normally like it more. Like
I love aggressive rap.
that's like, yeah, that's like most more the rap I listen to. Like the artists that like have like the thing. That's like more maybe something like progressive or like something that I always go
A similar commute, we on the same side of town in high school, close to my campus. So when I get off the bus, it's fuck it, I'm about to go down it. I've always struggled to converse if it wasn't a verse. Social anxiety, it got me stumbling on
But I don't think he likes rap. I think he likes things about it, but I don't think he like loves. It's not like gonna be. He hasn't listened to favorite four genres. Rap, hip hop, nothing.
Yeah.
It just isn't.
We'll get lost in the world like we want it. You know me.
You
Yeah, I don't know if my favorite four genres. That's like really
mine would be rap, folk, blues, country, and that sounds crazy. But if you separate bluegrass from country, I'd put bluegrass before country. But it's hard because it depends on what's included in the genre.
Yeah, I know that's true. I always try to get like oddly specific.
Because if you say rock, does that discount everything?
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like, can I just do all forms of rock? Can I just do like that count? Or do I have to specify alternative?
Because if you're getting into specificity, it's a lot harder. Because like I love sound hop, but sound hop doesn't touch my top four. I feel like I like rap more than I like hip hop, but that's hard because I don't think I want to listen to rap all day. Like rap. I'd listen to hip hop all day, every day. I don't know if I'd listen to rap all day, every day. It makes it kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah, rap's like a thing. Like you're in like the vibe for.
You're like you want to fuck some shit. Like that's one of the vibes of rap.
I can take you where it's rough, I mean the catacomb. All these bodies dropping, same blocks that we played tag.
Yeah.
For some old shit, they wanted they pay back. So we escape it all in the booth.
I think the times that like I have more of that poetic feeling, the rapper that I lean towards is a lesser known rapper. Scoot slightly closer to me. A lesser known rapper by the name of Odyssey, I-C-O-D-D-I-S-E-E, Odyssey. I think he's absolutely incredible. And he has some like very poetic bars. I like Odyssey a lot. I think I've had you listen to him a few times.
He's pretty good, man.
He's one of those people who's like your rapper's favorite rapper kind of thing. Yeah. Out of the people we talked about last music talk that we're probably gonna do as like monthly musicians, are there any that you're super excited about? I'm super excited about most of them.
I actually wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I was saying, like, I know we're gonna do like the Dave Grohl thing in April, but we could do Red Hot Chili Peppers in April because they're coming out with a new album in April.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I'm down to switch it.
Yeah.
I love Red Hot.
I think that would be like really nice.
Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow.
Yeah, it'll be sad though, because I don't own any Red Hot Chili Peppers albums. So.
I mean, you'll have to buy one and get some merch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
I own
start buying merch.
CDs, but I mean, I don't own any records.
Well, there you go. That's fine. That's fine.
I guess.
It's not.
I guess.
You-
I just can't listen to them in my room.
You should listen to, was it Sex Magic?
Blood, Sex, Sugar Magic.
There you go. Blood, Sex, Sugar Magic.
Yeah.
Get that.
I would. I would.
Is it expensive?
I actually saw them pretty recently, and it was like priced higher than like I'd seen it new for, and it like made me really mad that it was priced so high used, so I didn't buy it. But it was $35.
Yeah, but it's. I imagine there aren't a ton. Butcher should have merch. I mean, if I get a big enough following, I will 100% get merch. It doesn't quite make sense to me to have merch yet. I'll 100% get merch. I'll make a better logo and I'll make that like the main shirt. I'll just say like Twitcher. Twitch with the Twitch or something like that. I need to make emotes too. 'Cause I want emotes of your guys' faces. Because you're gonna be sad, Jared, and he's gonna be happy, Brightline. Should I get a neon sign?
Yeah, just like
That'd be
the
sick.
logo of the shirt.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
You'd buy. That's crazy to me that you buy some. Would anyone else who's hanging out buy Twitcher merch? The Twitcher merch. Because if I actually start getting a following, I 100% will. And I will do a bunch of weird stuff because I would have fun doing it. That'd be fun. Kaiser would too. That's weird, but alright. Well, I'm glad to hear it. I appreciate that support. I appreciate it quite a bit.
You'll have the matching Twitcher shirt.
Imagine. So I don't openly talk to anyone around where I live about this because I want to build up like a natural following. So I would be interested to go out with people who I know wearing this stuff, but then be like, I don't know what that is. What is that? What is this? That would be hilarious. That would be really funny. I'm super down to do Red Hot in April. I feel like they're also very April-y. I feel like April, May to me are like spring. Spring to me is Red Hot. I think a lot of people feel summer.
I feel summer, but
But-
like, I could see spring.
I don't know. There's something very spring about them because they have a lot of songs that are kind of like depressed.
Yeah.
Like Slow Cheetah is not summer at all to me. About half of Arcadium isn't summer at all to me, but the other half is.
I think it's because like blood, sex, sugar, magic, like the turning point with like everything like from there back like feels really summery. Like Californication when it starts to be a little bit more, I feel like more like sad. Like
Yeah. Oh man. I'm just excited. I'm super down.
excited,
We're
yeah.
doing it. We're switching it. We don't 2v1 or 2 out of 3. We win.
Yeah,
That's how that
yeah.
works.
I think he'll agree anyway.
I don't think he cares. I don't think he's hoping so bad to listen to Dave Grohl. Nothing against Dave Grohl.
Doesn't matter.
We get it. We get it. You get what we're saying. You get it. You get it. Okay? You get it. Let's see. I'm excited for what we start to do if we continue to do this more than a year. Because I don't want to do a ton of repeats. And I think we're going to get to a point where it's not obvious.
Yeah.
And then it'll get more fun. Because I think the obvious ones aren't as fun because like we've all kind of heard them. Maybe not in their entirety, but we've all kind of heard them. And so it's not like, oh, this is the first one I'm so excited to share it with you. It's like, oh, I mean,
Yeah.
Green Day or Red Hot Chili Peppers. And I'm excited for Red Hot Chili Peppers. But I've heard almost all, if not all, of their albums already.
Yeah.
So that's a weird one. I'm excited because it'll be like, oh, reminiscent. But it's nice to listen to something that's brand new.
But we haven't heard all their albums because
There's a new one. See,
Build
you
up.
see, building up to it. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. We're building to Red Hot Chili Peppers. Do you think that they eat Red Hot Chili Peppers together?
I hope so. I have that CD with in the cover with just them with all Red Hot Chili Peppers.
What if they all spit them out? What if they all spit them out?
Probably.
Because that'd be really sad. What if they
Yeah.
just all spit them out?
Yeah.
Can't handle conversation. I can't handle conversation. Airplane is one of my favorite Red Hot Chili Pepper songs. Man, I don't know my favorite.
That's on the 94 album. That's like
That's early.
the one before. It's between Blood, Sex, Sugar, Magic, and Californication.
Okay.
That's the one with Dave Navarro on.
Oh,
guitar
that's
with
why.
John Frusciante.
That's why she likes it.
Yeah, first time John Frusciante left, I think.
Oh, John Frusciante. Oh, John Frusciante.
That was really good.
It's good. I don't think it's
Yeah.
done. It's not done.
Oh, is it not?
There's a silent part.
Oh, yeah, it is a silent part.
Yeah, it has like bird sounds.
That's what I'm telling
You still have like another 2 minutes. Man, I'm excited for that.
I am too.
I'm so excited for that. I'm gonna have him blind just talk about it, and I'll probably have you listen to it while he's doing it, and he'll just talk about what he thinks about it.
Alright.
Man, oh man, the one Dave Navarro plays on, I love him. What do you love the most about Dave Navarro? Because I don't necessarily dislike Dave Navarro, but I definitely don't share your love for him.
He's not my favorite James Addiction member, but I do love him a little bit.
I don't know
I love
enough
Harry
about
Farrell a
James
lot.
I don't know enough to have a favorite. I just don't.
Harry Farrell wrote like most of the lyrics. Well, he wrote all the lyrics, and he wrote most of the lot.
I mean, I'm all about lyricism, and so that one would probably sell me right there. Dave Navarro is hot, though.
Yeah.
He looks like a vampire. Like, if you told me he was a vampire, I'd be like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Let's see. Are there any things that you're super hoping to do with this? Because I know that you talked about at some point wanting to maybe do like a record review thing or something like that. There's something that you want to like bridge this into or have this be a part of?
Oh, yeah, so I would like to. I watch a lot of record YouTubers sometimes. That's more because I want to buy a lot of records, might as well. And I'm like, I could totally make a video that I watch a lot of records. My problem is that. My problem is that I just. My topic is so much like I would want to talk about. It's gotta figure it out, but it's so much I want to talk about. It's just hard to like focus,
Hone in
what do
on
I
what makes
start
sense.
off? Yeah, how do I start?
Well, I think with records, the easy one is to say like 5 quintessential, 10 quintessential rock albums for someone who wants albums who likes rock music, or 10 quintessential punk albums or rap albums or anything like that.
That was really good.
It was really good?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to have you get into it quite yet. Sit on it for a second, and then we'll transition to him listening to it, and then we'll talk about it.
Alright.
Okay, let's turn off the little reacting thing above your head. Because you're no longer reacting. So, we just discussed, and we probably are going to do this no matter what you say, but we just discussed switching out Dave Grohl / Nirvana in April for Red Hot Chili Peppers because they have an album coming out in April.
I'd do it.
See? Yeah, okay. I apologize. Oh, were you done?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were. It switched to a different song. Is there anything else you want to bring up before you start listening to it?
No, just I'm excited to hear Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, I'm excited to hear Red Hot Chili Peppers. Okay, here you go. Pop them on. Get them on good and tight. This light on your head's so weird, bro. There you go. Okay. So this is the final 3 on the album Few Good Things by Saba. I love this album. I've listened to it in its entirety on stream. He made you yawn. Brad, you can't be making people yawn. That's so messed up.
Oh, Make Believe is probably my favorite one of the ones I heard.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Okay, so let me
Yeah,
put
put
this
the reacting
thing
thing over his
head.
head. Like, probably have to change the color too.
Should I change the color?
Yeah,
I do.
Yes, yeah.
You can't see it.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I got everything I could ever need, and I try to keep that in mind anytime I meet a man trying to sell a dream. It ain't no one telling me what to sing, and the people around me got better things to do what they like. They're telling me what I should do in the rhyme.
Why didn't you change it? Why didn't you change? Okay, so out of the 3, you like the first one the most.
Yeah.
Why did you like it the most?
I like the I just kind of like connected to that a little bit more. It's like I love the beat and everything.
Okay, so I love the album. I think it's an incredible album, but I think the last 3 songs are the strongest, and I think that they really sell the intention of the album. And I think the intention of a lot of Saba's music is that Saba, dude, get off your phone. Is that Saba is talking about his real life, his real existence, his real experiences. And I think he does it in a really smart way, because he does it in an artistic way, but he does it in an authentic way, and he does it in a way that makes sense to me, and it impacts me. And I'm curious, like, if there's certain things that you remember from the lyrics that you're like, man, that hit me, or that was just impactful, or that was interesting from it.
I mean, this wasn't make believe. It was an excellent, like the song where you talk about listening to like Hall & Oates.
I think he's talking about that in 2012.
Yeah.
It's Make Believe 2012, and then it's Few Good Things.
Yeah. That one was like, wow, yeah, just sitting there listening to music.
So I was curious if the part where he's talking about how he's hanging out with this girl, and the girl likes everything that he likes, and he's trying to show her music, but she knows all. She's like, wow, like she already knows about it.
Yeah.
And then there's a transition where he's like, oh man, and I'm liking this girl, and then it has the part where it's like, but she just wants to be friends.
Yeah.
Did you feel that personally?
I mean, I haven't experienced that personally, but I know Jared might know that.
Woo! Little bird, little just jabbing him in the gut.
I
Oh
was even
man!
trying.
Oh, he'll come back. He might watch this later and be like, "That's fine. That's me. That's hilarious." Oh, that is not what I thought you were gonna say. Oh, I also haven't experienced that, but I felt it, and it was like, ooh, to have like what to you feels like that level of connection, and then wanting to make more out of it than just like a basic friendship, and having that essentially shut down, especially as like a teenager.
Yeah.
Whew, that's got to be hard.
Yeah. Usually, I'm the one who always just wants to be friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just more of these like weird little, almost like humble brags. Like, I'm usually the one who tries to end it amicably, and I want to maintain that relationship. Okay. All right, man. Okay. With it, so you like the first one the best. Did you like any of the features? Like, were any of the features like standouts to you? So like the people who sang the chorus or the other rapper on there?
Oh, I love the female's voice in Make Believe. It was really good.
It's nice, isn't it? I think her name is Fushi. I think it's Fushi. I think it's Foushee. So it could also be Fusi. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it. I've never heard of it before.
That was my favorite like verse right there. The whole feature right there.
Okay, yeah, the whole feature. I love Black Thought's feature on Few Good Things. I don't love the phrasing Few Good Things. Like, it's a few good things, or there's a few good things, but like the way that they're using it is bad things come in two, good things come in few. And it bothered me the first couple times I listened to it, but I like it more and more and more and more every single time. And I don't know if it's just because of the way that it rhymes, because of the way that it sounds, or because it bothers me. I slowly like it more. I don't know what it is, but I like it quite a bit, and I like it a lot. I like the difference between you reacting and Jared over here reacting, because you're reacting yours here. And he's like, it's like doing like it's just different. It's interesting to me. Okay, so I was talking to him about also any things that you're really excited for like the monthly artist this year, or any ones that you're excited for later. And then after we talked about that, I transitioned with him into talking about like after this year. We continue to do this for over a year. Are there any things that you're excited about or that are interesting to you? So like out of the ones that we've already talked about, are there any that you're really excited for?
I mean, I'm pretty excited about sticking with IGGY every year. That's gonna be really exciting. Because his discography is like gonna really grow on me. Because he's like an artist who I like always liked my whole life, but never actually fully appreciated until right now.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? I think there's something good about re-listening to people, because there's certain things that I didn't appreciate about like an album or an artist or a song years ago, and I go back and I listen to it and I'm like, oh, this isn't bad. I just wasn't ready for it. And I think that's a big thing with art and with music and with anything. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean that it's not good. It could just mean that you're not ready for it.
Yeah.
Because it's successful or it's popular for a reason. It's probably because someone likes it, because they have an experience that made them ready for it.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting concept, because I think that redefines the way that people should look at music, especially like as an artist. You can make something that's for your younger self, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And you can make something that isn't even something that you enjoy and make money, and that's also okay, but that's different.
That reminds me of like my album Love Letters from Emerald Electric. Like I made that album specifically to like help me move on from my like last toxic ex. So I just kind of like helped me grow a little bit more.
Yeah.
Which is why I like love that album a lot more. And I'm just listening back to a random song. It's like wow.
It's solid compared to so wait, is that the one that came in the multiple parts, or is that the one that came out as a full album first?
That's the one that came in multiple parts.
Okay, the one that came in multiple parts. That one, I think there's something interesting. I wish more people were actually following Bright Blind's music, because you're actually getting to see it grow authentically from something that legitimately a lot of it was bad. A lot of it was bad, and it continues to get better and it continues to grow. And you see that you're legitimately being like, oh, this wasn't good, or this could be better, or I like this, so I'm going to do this more. And you see that, but then you also see, I don't want to do any of this, so I'm going to try new stuff. And it's interesting because it's like watching something develop in live, which I think is a more prominent form of media now, is watching things live and watching things as they authentically grow and get bigger and get better.
Definitely.
And I think that's what's actually kind of cool about what you're doing, is most people don't release any music until like they're on their 100th iteration, until they're on their 1,000th, 10,000th song, and then like now it's finally good enough. But I think there's something very like authentic and brave about going out there and just releasing stuff to see what people think, and to see if anyone likes it, to see if it's successful at all, because maybe it will be. And you made it for someone.
Yep.
Maybe it's you, maybe it's someone else, maybe it's a part of you that doesn't exist anymore. It's weird. It's interesting, but it's art. And art isn't always perfect, it isn't always finished, there's always growth to be had with it. This is a weird tangent that I feel like going down. So there's all that. Okay, so now looking towards the future, like once we're past the first 12 months, and we start looking for new people to add to the people we listen to. Is there anyone that you think is going to end up, that you're going to try to convince us to listen to down the line, that you're just excited for?
I mean, I was gonna obviously say Grateful Dead. Like especially Jared, he hasn't really heard much of that.
Has he really not heard their music?
He really hasn't heard like a whole lot of that music.
Because he talks so confidently about it.
Yeah.
And I try to only do that with people that I've heard the majority, if not all of their music.
Yeah.
Or at least all of their popular stuff. And the Grateful Dead's weird because they were crazy popular. Weirdly enough, I talked to a person today who in the 70s saw the Grateful Dead and the Who live at the same concert, and the Who opened up for the Grateful Dead. So the Who opened up for the Grateful Dead. That's a weird thing to think
That's
about. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah.
Super weird. He also told me about, same person told me about how he went to a Fleetwood Mac show in Stockton, California, and there was a riot and they got tear gas at a Fleetwood Mac show.
Jeez.
And he was like a teenager.
Wow.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that crazy?
Really weird, yeah.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine? So it would have been, what year did Rumors come out? Do you know?
77.
77. So this happened right about.
Oh wow. That's really crazy. Wow.
So this is like either right before or right after Rumors came out. Crazy.
That is crazy. Wow.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And imagine how big they were too.
Oh man.
Weren't they huge?
Yeah, they just had their like one of their best-selling like self-titled albums. It's like,
Oh man. Yeah.
wow. It's like they weren't really like known as well like before that. So yeah, of course they were known, obviously, but like
Yeah.
after the 60s, after Peter Green like went crazy, you know, they got like other people which aren't fully appreciated like they are now, which is really interesting.
I think there's this interesting thing where people have always kind of not given any member of the Grateful Dead like the respect they deserve for musicianship, because they're good musicians, like all of them.
Yeah, they're really good musicians.
And it's interesting because it's common that people just forget that or don't think about that, or like, like they just don't care. And like Phil Lesh is an incredible bassist.
Definitely.
Like he's a top tier bassist. He's almost never going to be brought up in the bass argument for like best bassist.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Yeah, no one's gonna think of Phil
He's
Lesh,
not the best bassist, but especially in rock and roll, top 10. Top 10.
That's still saying something, right?
That's saying something huge.
Yeah.
Outside of rock and roll, I don't know where he sits, because there's a lot of stuff that I think is better than what's in rock and roll as far as bass playing. I think bass playing pairs well with a lot of things, but yeah. Then you have Mickey Hart. Mickey Hart's great.
Yeah.
Oh, so weird, so strange, so interesting. Mickey Hart's pretty damn incredible. If you, I think the band's called, is it just the Hart Band or is it the Mickey Hart Band? I don't know.
Mickey Hart Band, yeah.
If you haven't heard the Mickey Hart Band, you should go listen to them. They're fun. They're great. Jerry's just so iconic that it's hard to not at least somewhat enjoy it. I have the perspective of being the kid of a Deadhead, and so I've just heard so much of it that I love it and hate it, but it would be nice to listen to it again, at least in the studio entirety, to kind of get a better idea and to kind of look back, because maybe I wasn't ready for parts of it yet.
Yeah.
And maybe I am now. And maybe I'll appreciate it now. I think the issue with Jared is I think he's actively going to be like, well, it's not that good. Well, he's listening to it, and I think that'll take away from it. And I wonder if there's a way to trick him to not do that. Because I think that we all do it to some extent. We're like,
Definitely.
I'm not going to like this.
Yeah.
I remember when I was younger, I hated Kanye West. I did not like Kanye West at all. And I sat down and I listened to all of his music. I think it's still going. No, I think it's still going.
Yeah, you got the silent part.
Yeah, you're at the silent part.
I did the same thing, yeah.
And so I listened to all of his music, his whole discography, and I still hated it. And then, weirdly enough, I listened to Taylor Swift's discography, and in listening to hers, this is really weird and unfortunate, I was like, you know what? I don't hate this as much as I thought I would. And then I was like, maybe I was too rough with Kanye. And I went back and I just listened to it in the dark, alone, in headphones. And I couldn't at that time, and still can't, say that he has a bad album, Kanye, which is crazy.
Definitely, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Especially with the amount of albums he's put out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, most people, I think around album 4, there'll be at least one done. I think it's extremely common.
Yeah.
Sometimes your first album isn't as good. Sometimes your second one just is disappointment. Like, I just think that's common. I think you might have a good trilogy even, and then your fourth is like, oh, you let us down. But I don't think you can say that about Kanye. I just...
You know, of course, Graduation isn't that great, but it's so great out. It's still, like,
Yeah,
really good.
Graduation is his weakest project. It's the most recognized for some. People are like, Graduation's so amazing!
Yeah.
And it's great. But to me, it's so much worse than the other one. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. Oh, man. Like, I'll give you a good example. I love Anderson .Paak. I think his first album isn't good. I think it's called Venice. Maybe it's called Venice Beach. I don't think it's good at all, actually. Maybe I need to listen to it again. Maybe I wasn't ready for it. I'm just going to keep bringing it up. But I didn't like it. But I think Anderson .Paak is an incredibly talented musician and writer. I think his music's great. And I think the stuff he's doing now is still incredible.
Is it over now?
Did it stop finally?
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
It ends with a little skit. Wait. It might have ended. It might have just started autoplay. No, it stopped. That's a different song.
That was a totally different vibe.
Yeah, it was a different song. What are we doing here? Yeah. Okay. Let's talk to you. What did you think of the last 3 songs?
They're pretty good. I liked them all. I liked all 3 of them.
Did you have a favorite of the 3?
I liked the first one.
Okay, you guys are
Second one I liked a lot too, though.
unanimous. I think out of them, the closing track is the weakest, but I think the
Yeah.
more that you listen to it, the better it gets. Well, we got Core!
Oh, hey,
Big
Corey.
Core! Fools! Bro, we're not fools. We're just talking about Saba. S-A-B-A. Can you be S-A-B-A, Core?
Jared's still reacting, apparently.
Core the DJ. Okay, so... did you have any parts in any of the songs where you're like, oh man, like where it lyrically hits you or it musically hits you, anything like that?
The whole part where, well, there was like the two part. There's one part when he was like talking about like.
So anyone who's watching just heard it too.
Okay, so he was talking about like when he like with like how he had that one girl. And
So
everything was
don't talk in your
Oh,
head.
and everything was like perfect for him, and then she just like left him, and now she like lives across town, and like she's like that's that, and
So it's the part where he's talking about how like he's hanging out with this girl. They have very similar schedules. They go to the same. They don't go to the same school, but they take the same bus to get to school. And then he's like, I'm showing her music, and she knows it all, so I'm showing her my music. And then she's like, oh, I just want to be friends.
yeah,
So that part?
yeah,
That's what you're talking about, right?
and all, yeah.
So you found that part pretty impactful.
There's like the one part too, and he's like talking about how he like had to like. There's like the part and he's like talking like how he had to like like give enough to like get like just to like keep himself like afloat, like to to keep him like get them off to where they weren't like to where they were living better, they weren't living in like in like poverty. Or,
Yeah,
like,
so
or-
there's definitely like a lot of parts of these things that are very much so. I think the last three are the most about him directly, whereas I think the other songs on this album more so reflect his community, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they aren't about him because the community they were brought up in is a part of who we are. But like I think these ones are a lot more like direct. I think they're a lot more like about him being introspective about self. And so I think it's interesting seeing and hearing people talk about coming up from poverty and their version of what that is. So I assume that's what you're talking about.
yeah.
Yeah. So what's funny about you saying that is I asked Bridie over here if he could relate to the part about the girl while you were listening to it. Because I was like, Bridie might get this. This might be something in Bridie goes. And Bridie went, no, I've never had that happen to me, but Jared probably has. So he said that, and then I was like, dude, what the fuck? And it's so good.
I wasn't necessarily
It
I
was
just
so
kind of
good.
felt the pain. I was like, man.
Yeah, well, and then I talked to him about how, like, has he ever, like, could he relate to that on any level and, like, understand how that felt? And he's like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I can get that. Yeah. And then he's like, yeah, but, like, I've never had anyone break with me. I've just broken up with them. And I was like, okay.
That's the thing, though, like, especially, like, when I listen to rap and, like, stuff, like, I'm, like, really, like, looking for, like, lyrics I can relate to.
Definitely, yeah.
I'm looking for that in all music, but I think
that's
there's
true,
something
yeah.
about rap that it's easier to focus on that for me.
Well, yeah, there's some music, that, like, like, I'll listen to and it's, like, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd look for it in all music, too, but there's, like, certain things, like, if it's, like, lyrics about, like, like, it's, like, events or, like,
Bro, you were being so
up
non-specific.
to, like, events or, like, nature and, like, things like, or, like, setting, like, I don't know, I don't...
Okay, I don't even know what we're talking about. Are we talking about how, like you're looking for certain things in rap when it comes to, like, lyrics, or are you talking about generally in music?
I guess it's generally in music, but, like,
so
I guess it's just because rap's, like, so heavy on the lyrics, that's why I
So,
single it out.
rap is interesting because I 100% think rap is just a form of folk. I 100% think that. I think
A lot
folk
of it, yeah.
is just poetry with music behind it.
Mhm.
I think that's all folk is. And I think it's a certain type of poetry that's meant to express like the way that you feel based on your life, based on your situation, based on your politics, your religion, your this, your that. And I think it's very much so reflexive of like yourself. And I think that that's really, really cool. And I'm very much so, I care about lyrics before I care about anything else in music. I just do. And it's not that I don't like other forms of music, because I think I like most forms of music, but lyrics are always the most important thing to me.
Yeah, that's like why I listen to like a lot of stuff I do, because like if like it connects to me like with the lyrics, I'm like yeah, I'm all for it. Usually, yeah.
Missile Insane, I got this shirt as a gift from Bright Blind over here. It came with a CD that I still didn't listen to. I don't think I can see it. It's on this shelf over here.
Yeah.
Do you see it?
I see it. Yeah.
Oh, it's underneath the box. Yeah, I see it. I still don't listen to it because I don't own a CD player outside of my car, and I don't really listen to CDs in my car.
Just having the CD player as like you know,
just
like
in case?
Yeah, like when you don't know what to listen to or something.
I could, and I could have. I think my CD player plays louder than like my MP3 stuff.
They always do, yeah.
So when it switches over, by accident, it'll scare anyone who's in the car with me because I have my music very loud already, and if it kicks up any louder, it would be startling.
Yeah.
Especially rap music. Especially rap music. So I'm not sure where it was purchased. Do you know where you got this from?
Yeah, I got it over at Sam Goody.
Sam Goody. It's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. Was there anything else? Like, were there any of the features that stood out to you? Was there any other lyricism in those last 3 songs that stood out to you? Anything like that?
Yeah, I liked. I really liked the kind of fade out in like the last song, like the way it felt like a very nice ending. Like it was like very final and very like, I don't know, it was like a very nice come down. I imagine like I gotta get the whole album down. I imagine it's a very nice come down. Are we talking about like the very ending where it transitions from him rapping into like the outro where it's like, I think it's his grandfather talking? I like that you have it's almost like 5 transitions in a song that don't feel weird. Yeah.
Because I think it's often to have a transition where you're like, why is that there? That didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
That was weird. It was unnecessary.
Or it's just like really abrupt.
Yeah. I think I will check back later. Why is your phone not charged, man?
Man, you need to charge your phone.
Charge that phone. Charge that phone. Charge the phone. But like it transitions from what feels like just like a very basic rap song. With like a hook, and then the hook transitions into something else. Then it transitions one more time, and then you go to Black Thought. That's who's on that last song. That's the feature. Black Thought, and then I think it goes from Black Thought to Quiet, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then you have this like,
and that's
30 seconds of the quiet, and it has like birds chirping kind of.
Yeah.
And then you transition into a very aggressive. My phone dies fast. I don't know. A very like aggressive rap like verse from Saba, and then it transitions from like that aggression about his life, that angst, that anger about his life, into the fact that it's still good because he has that family, because he has that with that little like outro skit of sorts.
Yeah, no, it was very nice to hear. Something felt complete even though I hadn't heard the whole album.
So what I'm saying to anyone, go listen to Few Good Things by Saba, his 3rd project, and tell other people to listen to him, because I think he's successful. I actually have no idea.
How many listeners does he have?
Yeah, let's see how many monthly listeners Saba has on the Spotty. I think he's incredible. I just do. To me, he feels like a young Andre 3000. That's what he feels like to me. Saba's so cute. Saba has 2.5 million.
That's really good.
Yeah. Saba has 2.5 million average monthly listeners on the Spotify.
I need to start keeping up on that.
We'll totally do fighting games again.
Oh yeah, we really should.
So Fridays for me are either Free Friday, Fighter Friday, or Flash Friday. And I'd be happy to have anyone come over and hop on and play some fighters with me. I have quite a few.
So yeah, one day when they make that Flash game.
The Flash.
Friday.
Yeah, we'll pop on The Flash for Flash Friday.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do I got over here for fighters? We have, for fighters, so Jared and I tried to play this free fighter that someone recommended called Brief Karate Foolish. There's at least one character in there who looks like Bright Blind over here, and I thought it was hilarious. But it like breaks the stream, so I'll have to figure out how to make that work. So we'll probably play that at some point. I have Dragon Ball Fighter Z, which I've never played, but I own. I bought it for Fighter Friday. We also have Injustice 2 and Injustice 1. We have Jump Force, Mortal Kombat 11, Mortal Kombat 10, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, Skullgirls, which also broke when I was trying to do local, Street Fighter 5 and Street Fighter 4, I believe. And then I think I own like a multi-pack with all of the older Street Fighters. Is this the multi-pack? Yeah. That's what it is. And then we have Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate. So those are the ones we have in here. And I could also hook up like the 360 or my PS4 and play some fighters that way. There we go. Ooh, play Mortal Kombat 11? We'll probably play Mortal Kombat 11 at some point on here again.
Yeah.
We'll probably play any of them. I'm down.
Yeah.
If you guys want to come over, either one of you, on a Friday, we can do it. Hop on. It'd be fun to do a tournament. Oh yeah, when are we gonna have you speedrun again?
Oh yeah. We gotta do it before the month ends.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, yeah, maybe like this week or next.
We got 2 weeks.
Or next weekend. Yeah, it'll be one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, just come over Saturday. Can you what? You're saying can I, and then you
stop. My mind fucking.
You stop, bro. You stop.
Fuck, I don't remember.
At some point, we might do things where I just bring stuff to your attention and I ask opinions because I think it's fun. At one point, I want to ask who. This is weirdly hard to point. Who everyone's favorite Tupac-alike is. Tupac-alikes are people who, to some degree, copied Tupac's style, the way that he looked, the way that he rapped, his aggression. Like a prominent one, like Ja Rule is a Tupac-alike. Freddie Gibbs is kind of the biggest modern Tupac-alike. There's a number of them, and I'm interested in them. Some of them are good. Actually, a lot of them are actually pretty good, which is interesting. People who are kind of copying Tupac are somehow still good. It's nice.
Yeah.
You know? Do you remember what you were going to say?
No.
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone forever. It's gone forever. Forever, it's gone. That's where it is. Gone!
Rip.
R.I.P. baby.
Rest in peace. Random thought in my brain.
It's cooked, bro. Don't worry. I don't think thoughts ever go away. I think they just like sit in juice.
It'll come up, and then I'll be like, fuck, that's what I was gonna say.
Sit in juice. I think if this channel lasts long enough, if I keep streaming for long enough, a big part of Music Talk will probably just be me buying records. Because they'll probably get to a point to where I'll actually buy a record player and buy records. And it'll just be like, record haul! It'll be like 100 records. We got this one. We got this one. We got this one. Now I have to listen to it, so I can't stream for 2 days. Or whatever.
But then the problem will be that can you find the record though?
That will be a problem.
Yeah.
That will be a problem. Because I think I'll probably get like my starting 1,000.
Oh yeah, and then you'll be like.
And then it'll be like, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And I know 1,000 albums seems like a lot of albums, but I feel like that's not that many.
Mm.
Like it is, but it isn't. Like what if you only had 1,000 albums to listen to for the rest of time? You could do it.
I could probably do it.
We could all do it.
Yeah.
But like it just doesn't seem like enough.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we listen to so many more albums than I think most people probably do. And it's weird because I think one of the harder things about this is there are so many albums I've listened to once or twice or 3 times and then never listen to again. There's so many of them. And we'll like talk about them. I'm like, I know I've listened to them, but I don't know enough about them, or it's been so long that I don't fully remember. Whereas I think a lot of people will listen to like a bunch of the same songs over and 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 over again. Mm-hmm. And so it's easier to like recall the song in its entirety and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what my record collection is.
Most people are just playlists nowadays.
Yeah. Most people are just playlists. Playlists are a hot commodity. I mean, maybe we should look into becoming like playlist curators for like the Spotify.
Oh, I make them good playlists.
Good playlists.
Better than the ones they make. Like the ones they make, it's like
they suck.
Yeah,
a lot
like,
of them.
You know, this is The Doors. This is Nick Cave. This is the Smashing Pumpkins. I'm like,
or even those
I'll play it. I'll be like, like you know, there's
those like random vibe playlists like Lorem or stuff like that.
I don't listen to almost any of the pre-made playlists on Spotify because I listened to 3 of them and I was upset with all of them. Also, Spotify's algorithm or whatever it is that makes my personalized playlists, they suck.
Yeah.
They're weird. It's also because I think they're trying to pepper in other artists that don't go with my stuff because they're somewhat close in genre.
And then, like, they only give you 6, so it's like I listen to, like, a big, wide array of things. Like, all right, we have to put this with this.
Wait, let me Let me look at mine. Let's see what mine are.
Yeah, look at
Because
mine.
they're probably hysterical. They're probably really funny. Because I stopped listening to them a long time ago. Because they were too all over the place.
Yeah, look at
Let's see. Is that my mixes?
your top mixes.
No, top mixes are like the random. These are the playlists I made. Did they get rid of it?
No, they
There's-
better
No,
not.
wait. Made for me.
They didn't.
Here we go. Daily Mix 1. David Bowie, Marleon, and Minute Work are the ones that says are together. Then Daily Mix 2 is Wax, Bad, Not Good, and Rav. I don't even know who Rav is. Daily Mix 3 is The Lonely Island, Riff Raff, and then ASAP Rocky? Why is ASAP Rocky with two, like, joke rap?
Yeah, the 1 out of 3.
Okay, this one is weird. Saba, Florence and the Machine, and Denario Farah, who I believe is a rapper.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
This one kind of makes sense. This is Thelonious Monk, John Coltrane, and Chet Baker. Chet Baker is kind of like a jazzy guitarist, but he's just kind of a beautiful guitarist.
He's the,
What?
he's Chet Baker, the trumpet player.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking of someone else then. I apologize. And then my last one is Billie Holiday, Ray Charles, and the Brothers something. What are the Brothers 4? I'm not even sure who the Brothers 4 are.
You're thinking of Chet Atkins.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Chet Atkins, a good guitar player.
I love Chet Atkins. What are yours?
My daily mixes are super crazy. You got Daily Mix 1, you got David Bowie, Iggy Pop, Wham, and more.
They're not giving me my daily mixes.
Daily Mix 2, you got Orla Gartland, Epic, Jenny and Johnny. Daily Mix 3 is just weird. ASAP Rocky, Bill Saber, Xavier Wolf. Daily Mix 4, Hootie and the Blowfish and Jefferson Starship.
Thanks, you're weak.
Then 5, Verite, Ash Nico, and No Frills Twins. Daily Mix 6 is the worst one. You got Ali and AJ, Imagine Dragons, and Maddie, whatever her last name is.
I'm going to take her out.
Maddie Pope. There we go.
I'm going to take Sala out. Come on, Sala.
Who the fuck's Maddie Pope?
I have no idea.
Maybe Maddie Pope's really good. But we don't know you, Maddie Pope. I'm not getting them.
Did you get your top mixes at least?
I got my top mixes.
Man, try scrolling down a little bit more. Cause mine are like way bottom too.
No, last time I get
wow,
popular
that
album.
was weird.
What's it called? Daily Mix?
Yeah.
Type in Daily.
Failing.
Daily. No, this isn't mine. This is some random Daily Mix. I know. Made for someone else. What about Made for Me, Spotify? Here we go. Wait, no. It's not my daily drive. We got David Bowie, Fleetwood Mac, Black Flag, and the War on Drugs. That's kind of weird, but you know.
Man.
Next one we got Susie and the Banshees, Adolescence, David Bowie, and Adolescence. Then we got Emma Ruth Rundle, David Bowie, Adolescence. With the variety, like you.
There's like no variety.
Just
of the
because
daily
like what I'm
mixes.
listening to now, you gotta think about what I've been listening to like long term.
Jeez. Wow.
Daily Mix 5. Well, that's not mine either.
I can't with my daily drive. There's like no variety in my daily
There's
drive.
no variety.
What's your daily drive?
You got Tommy James, Boy Willows, Haim, Orla Gartland, Boy Willows, Ali and AJ, Iggy Pop, Orla Gartland, Iggy Pop, Ali and AJ, It's like there's like way too much Ali and AJ in my daily mix.
David
I mean, I
Bowie.
love Ali and AJ, but I have like more variety. Spotify.
Yeah, get David Bowie, Fleetwood Mac, Black Flag, War on Drugs, Susie and the Banshees, Adolescence, David Bowie, Adolescence, Emma Ruth Rundle, David Bowie, Adolescence,
Do I have to
Rolling
search daily
Stones,
drive?
Elvis Presley, David Bowie, Beach
So it
Boys,
should be
David
uniquely
Bowie,
yours.
Alice in Chains, Queen, David Bowie, The Rolling Stones, Beatles, Cranberries. Oh, now we're just getting more. Buddy Holly, Man-Eater, or Hall & Oates, Velvet Underground, Meatloaf, Cranberries. So
Made for you. There we go.
There we go.
that's like weird. Oh, because I see what they do.
I've never really listened to the like mixes for artists. I wonder if they're super off base.
They're like, they give me like when you tell like your thing like play like.
I don't have a daily drive. I don't think.
You say like, play Talking Head. They'll like give you like a thing like this.
Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it be. Okay. Here's 4 songs off of Sabba's album that just came out. Something from NBC's Olympic Bet on what? Blue and Green, Scumbag, Felonies. Yeah, okay.
You have like
Homeless Prisoners of the Suburban Dream.
They give us all the same like podcast too.
They're the same.
They're the same exact podcast.
Thing?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's terrible. Oh, Summer Friends. I love Summer Friends.
The new Spotify really wants us to know.
I mean, it gets a little bit more diversified. I mean, I do listen to a lot of rap, but it's just rap and jazz. It's just rap and jazz.
Mine's still not diverse at all. So.
All right, weird.
They don't
weird,
give them
weird,
to me.
weird.
They heard me talk shit, and they're like, "Well, you don't get them then."
You don't get them. Okay, so are there any other albums that you're excited for this year?
Man, there's a new Lights album coming out in like April that I'm pretty excited about. I mean, the first 2 singles, I'm kind of like in a weird position with the new Lights one because the first 2 singles I didn't really like at all, but the newer single I really liked. But like it's very different compared to anything else she did. She's like experimenting a lot more with like synthy pop stuff, which is like interesting, which is like kind of good, but like
okay.
But it's just like trying to go for like more of like a rap thing, which I don't really like.
Does she rap well?
Not really. No, she can't.
My
rap.
birthday month. Wait, what month?
April.
April. All right. There's a bunch of people that I'm excited for. I'm gonna focus on rap. The person that I'm looking forward to a couple this month. The Alchemist is releasing an album with Currency. The Alchemist has just been on a hot streak for producing albums lately that are like the albums are good. Like I don't know if he's just been more influential in making people write better because he's produced a number of things where like the beats are great, but then like the album might suck, which is always sad when he's got like fire beats or when like the band's perfect and then like the vocalist sucks. Like that kills me. So I'm excited for that because he's just been on fire making what seems like better stuff. Kanye West, Donda 2, excited about that. Conway the Machine is supposed to be releasing an album on the 25th called God Don't Make Mistakes. That's fun. Ghostface Killah and MC8 are supposed to be releasing albums sometime this month, but we're not sure when. Is there anyone you're excited for?
Well, the first one that comes to mind that I'm really excited is going to be a new Yob album in April.
Oh, Yob.
Yeah, people know who Yob is. They're probably my favorite like metal band. Like out on the scene that would just like.
Your favorite metal band? The what?
That's like out like like in like the underground metal scene like.
So they're your favorite underground metal band?
Yeah, probably my favorite like metal band. Like
wow, that's
a
statement.
That's okay. My favorite metal band that's still in their prime together, I should say.
I love the specificity because you're unsure and you're
my favorite metal band would probably be like I don't know. That's actually a really tough.
It's
question.
A very tough question.
Very tough question. I don't know
it's
if
a very, very tough question. It's insane to think of it anything but tough.
But yeah,
I'm excited about Benny the Butcher, also a member of Griselda, with Conway the Machine is releasing something in March. It says March 11th. Tana Talk 4. They put out a lot of music. They're each putting out at least an album a year, if not multiple albums a year. And it sells pretty well and it does pretty well, but I like it. It's very like raucous East Coast rap, and it very much so feels like 90s East Coast rap, which I love. Cypress Hill's releasing a new album. I don't know if I'm excited, but I'm going to listen to it. Phife Dawg, rest in peace Phife Dawg. Phife Dawg's releasing, I think it's his second posthumous album, Forever, or his family or his company's releasing it. And then Buddy, if you don't know who Buddy is, go listen to Buddy. Go listen to, I think he has 2 songs called Black. It might be just called Black Part 1 and Black Part 2. It'll make you like Buddy. Especially if you like rap, you'll like Buddy. Buddy looks very interesting and his music's very interesting because it's aggressively rap, but it's done in a very pop way, which is interesting. So I think it's great. I would highly recommend Buddy. Denzel Curry might be releasing an album.
Oh, Denzel Curry?
Yeah,
oh,
see?
Wow, I'm excited about that.
And then the album that actually I think might dethrone for me Saba as album of the year will be Earth Gang's. I think it's their 3rd official release, Ghetto Gods. I don't think either one of you have listened to a full Earth Gang project. Do you even know who Earth Gang is?
No, I don't even know who that is.
So, do you remember Revenge of the Dreamers 3?
Yeah.
Do you remember Sacrifices?
Yeah.
The one like in the music video where J. Cole's like talking about all the sacrifice he makes.
Yeah.
The person who does the chorus bridge thing for it, who's singing, is half of Earth Gang.
Oh, okay.
So that's half of Earth Gang. Earth Gang is a really good duo, one of the best rap duos out of the South. They kind of feel like a more cohesive Outkast. Not better, but more cohesive.
Also, there's going to be a new Jack White album. I think that'll be very exciting because every time Jack White does something, it's always very. It's all like with his solo work. All the solo albums he's done have been like very different from each other, from like what you're like used to. Like, so I'm interested to see what this one sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. Oh, and there was also, I almost forgot, there's a new Kurt Vile too out in April.
Ooh.
And I'm very excited because the last Kurt Vile album is definitely like arguably his best album. It's one of his best albums for sure. So.
Ooh, there's gonna be a new Peach Pit album, which I'm excited about, like March 4th.
Ooh, little Peach Pit, March 4th. Vince Staples is supposed to be releasing an album in April. Ramona Park Broke My Heart. I hope it's a love album. That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be fun. A little love album from Vince. I'd be into it. I don't care about Boogie with a Hoodie. I don't. Kendrick Lamar supposedly is releasing an album June 23rd called Oklahoma. It's not Oklahoma. It's Oklahoma. Oklahoma? Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Okay. Yeah. I'm going Oklahoma.
I'm going Oklahoma. Because it's
Oklahoma.
I'm going Oklahoma. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's fake. But that's supposedly coming out.
I'll believe it when I see it.
June 23rd. I don't know if someone's just like overly hopeful or if I don't know if Wikipedia has the inside scoop. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
50 Cent might be releasing an album this year. Black might be releasing an album this year. Bow Wow might be releasing an album this
I didn't
year.
know he was still doing stuff.
Busta Rhymes. Ooh, that could be fun. Cardi B, maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be bad. Corey will be happy no matter what.
Yeah.
That's what up, Corey. De La Soul. I need to have you guys listen to De La Soul, but it's not a big enough thing to be like a monthly thing. So this is kind of where like album of the week might come in.
Yeah.
Because there's a De La Soul album that you both need to listen to. I think it was their last one, and it's incredible. It's an incredible album. It's very good.
Did you see that? They're releasing another Sonic Youth album with like unreleased stuff from 2000 to 2010.
I saw that. I didn't mention it because it's just unreleased stuff, but
Yeah.
I saw that and I am very excited for that. I will definitely.
Also, new Rex Orange Country and Charlie XCX would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Also, I can't
Rex
believe
Orange Country.
same day. There's a new Bryan Adams. Or not Bryan Adams.
Really?
I looked at Bryan Adams. Well, there's a new Bryan Adams. That's not what I was excited for. They're the new Ghost. They're the new Ghost. I'm very excited for that.
There's a new Ghost.
Don't forget new Kurt Vile.
Yeah, I already said that.
I already said that, bro.
Yeah, the new Ghost I'm very excited for because I know a lot of people didn't like the last Ghost album. But, I didn't like it at first either, and I listened to it a few more times, and I kind of dig it. It's definitely the weakest project, but I do dig it. And so I'm very excited to see what this next one is.
Alfie Templeman's releasing his first album.
Who's that?
He's like an indie, synthy kind of artist, which is pretty good.
Okay.
He's like very young too. He's only 18 years old.
Oh, young little Bucky.
Oh, new Liam Gallagher too.
Oh,
Who's that?
One of the members of Oasis.
the one who's not a dick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Completely.
Okay.
Oh, and there's a new horror album coming out too.
Horror?
Yeah, the Ghost, yeah.
Nice.
So that's gonna be a good day for albums. There's also a new Dolly Parton album too. That's gonna be a good day.
I love you, Dolly. I still think Dolly should be Artist of the Year. There is a potential Drake album coming out, a potential Dr. Dre album coming out, and a potential Eminem album coming out. A potential Freddie Gibbs album coming out. Future's dropping sequels to 2 of his successful albums. I don't care. The Game might be dropping an album. Hobson might be dropping an album. Ja Rule might be dropping an album. JID might be dropping an album. Joyner Lucas might be doing a collab with Chris Brown.
I just want to say, out of all these so far, I don't believe Dr. Dre will be releasing a new album.
No. He's less likely than Kanye.
Yeah.
He's less likely to drop an album than Kanye. This guy lies to us all the time. Do you remember when he had two songs come out, singles come out for a new album that's supposed to come out, and then it just never come out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good songs, too.
Yeah, it was it Smoke Weed Every Day?
Kush.
It was Kush, that was the name of it.
And I Need a Doctor.
Yeah.
Was I Need a Doctor the other one?
Yeah.
Man, I was so upset.
Yeah.
It made me so mad because I was like, oh, it's going to come out. It's going to come out.
I know.
And it just never did.
It kept pushing it back and lined up. So like,
Monster.
And the new Wallows album, which I'm excited about too.
Wallows.
Their last single I haven't been most excited about, but their first single was really good. Very Bob Dylan inspired, which is pretty good. But like, I'm hoping the rest of the album's really good.
Oh,
I'm hoping this single's just the one bad song.
That would make me so happy. Kid Cudi might be releasing 2 albums this year. For a Cud fan over here.
That's another one I'll believe when I see it.
Kid Cudi actually releases stuff all the time. What are you talking about? Logic's supposed to be releasing an album. That's almost definitely going to come out of Logic said it. Logic releases albums whenever he wants.
He said he was going to retire.
He lied. He's like, I think I might retire. And then it was like 2 months later, he released an album under a pseudonym. It's actually one of his best albums, which is really weird. Ludacris might be dropping an album. We all love Ludacris. Megan Thee Stallion might be dropping an album. I'm the only one here who cares about that, but I like Megan. I think Megan's a better Nicki Minaj. I said it. I mean it. Come at me. Pusha T might be dropping one. Q-Tip might be dropping 3. All right, Q-Tip. Redman might be dropping a sequel. That's pretty sick. Raekwon might be dropping one. SZA might be dropping one. Schoolboy Q might be dropping one. Stevie Stone might be dropping one. T.I. might be dropping one. Travis Scott might be dropping 2. Travis Scott and Kid Cudi are supposed to drop a second one. And that's kind of it for rap.
Yeah, that's kind of it for everything. I went through 2 leases.
I keep hearing news, like rumors of a new Florence and the Machine album.
Oh, I hear that too.
I'd be very excited if that happened.
Haven't those rumors been going on a while?
Yeah, but like they say, but they've never actually taken out. It's like supposed to be this year, so we'll see. I'll believe it when I see it. And also, I'm very excited to see which version of Taylor Swift album that she re-records next to get.
Hoping it's I mean, she kind of released Style already, so what if it's 1989?
No, but she released Style before Red, so it's not going to be 1989.
So when she re-records them, are they that different?
Actually, Fearless, I thought was, like, it was pretty close. Like, you could hear the differences in her vocals a lot, but the instrumentation was a lot. Red was like, it was like pretty like similar, like musically structured, but I heard a lot bigger difference in Red than I did in the Fearless one. But I mean, I still heard a pretty good difference in Fearless. But they're close enough to where it's like, if you're just playing them or something, like most normal people won't pick up on it.
Why is she re-releasing them?
Because when she signed her record contract when she was like, with Big Machine Records when she was like, 15, they just said, well, when you do this, we own all your music and everything, and you and like the rights to all your songs and everything, but she still has a right as a songwriter since she wrote the songs, like the majority of them, and then so she still gets the songwriter credit, so she can re-record all of them, and so she is getting so she did Fearless and she did Red, and what that does is when she re-records them, she can promote those ones, and the other the people that own them now can't touch them because they own the original, so it devalues them. So, like, they're like doing, they're just like selling them off for like they're using them for whatever they want to. So she like has her songs like devalue those, and at least she owns the rights, and because they're her songs, so.
That makes sense.
She might do Speak Now this year. I could see that.
I'm actually thinking Speak Now might be next, but because she can't re-record Reputation for another year, I believe.
Okay. I think it's really good to see that musicians are just figuring out ways around the stupid contracts that they essentially got forced into, because the industry is made to screw musicians, which is a really sad thing. because I think we have this idea that musicians are extremely successful, but a lot of times what happens is the record company will buy them a house, and the record company will buy them this and buy them that, and they'll essentially milk the musicians dry. So if they ever stop making music, they're broke.
You ever see the movie? It's Grace Unplugged.
Absolutely.
That's kind of like a good example of the music industry. Is that movie?
Grace Unplugged. Is it following a real musician or is it false?
It's like a
or like a fiction.
AJ Mashaka like portrays like a musician who's like leaving or like runs away from home, makes a deal with a record company and like has to do everything and like minus the God message is kind of annoying throughout the movie, but like it has a good example of what the music industry is.
Minus
I don't
the message that's woo.
I like that triggered throughout the whole movie.
Man, it was way too much. They're kind of like shoving it down your throat.
Is it like God's Not Dead bad?
Yeah, I mean it's not.
I can't watch that, man.
Oh my God.
I actually haven't seen God's Not Dead, so I don't know.
I mean, I haven't actually seen it either, but I've seen like a lot of.
That made my heart so warm. That's incredible. Whew. I don't remember what we were talking about. That's how good that was. Oh, we were talking about musicians taking about the rights. You're seeing it a lot, actually, recently. And I'm glad to see such a big artist doing it.
Yeah.
Because it kind of shows other artists that they can.
Exactly. Yeah, she's like paving the way for people like, oh shit, I don't have to do that. Like, it's like, even like way back in the day, like people always like talk about how like the Beatles songs, right? It's like we're everywhere and everything. It's like, come to think of it, like, I mean, granted, if they like didn't like go through all like their shit they went through, they could have like got back together for a little bit, just re-recorded the songs and then owned the rights.
I mean, this makes me think of something really funny and really interesting. Did you guys know about this music beef? What might be the biggest music beef in music history between Eminem and Michael Jackson? You know about the beef?
Oh,
you know
yeah.
Do you know about how Eminem dissed him on, was it Just Lose It?
Yeah.
On Just Lose It. And like almost the entire music video is pointed at Michael Jackson. It's like a good percentage of it. And Michael Jackson asked, I think he asked for an apology. And was like, nah. And so what Michael Jackson did in return, this legitimately happened, is he bought the rights to all of Eminem's music.
Yeah.
To all of it. So that he would make money every time Eminem made money.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I mean, that's Michael Jackson. And Michael Jackson actually owned the rights to
the Beatles too, right?
Yeah.
He bought those under Paul McCartney. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, why wouldn't you just let Paul have it?
Yeah. Because Paul taught him how to buy like songs and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then
it's like the biggest fuck you.
Yeah,
like,
and then he just went and he outbid Paul in Yoko, and Paul wanted to bid more, and Yoko like talked Paul down and like, no, we don't need to bid that much.
That's incredible. Oh man. So yeah, the moral of the story is own the rights to your own music.
Mm-hmm.
Stay independent. Don't get screwed.
Yep. Don't sign in.
That's my motto.
Chance was right. Stay independent, even though it's almost impossible to become successful as an independent musician. But stay independent, you know.
And
It's becoming easier.
Yeah, the only like the best way to do it in a dream world, of course, is to like get like a big enough following to where, like, I guess the dream will be to get big enough following to where you didn't have to have a label, but if you wanted to go on the label, to like get some leverage from the label, because that's the only way. Like, that's why like how like certain artists are able to like still get rights, because they'll like leave like a label that screwed them and go to another label and be like, well, I'm so and so now.
I think a good example of what I think a lot of musicians would be happy with is essentially Wax.
Oh, yeah.
Wax owns the rights to almost all of his music. He's not extremely popular. He's popular enough to tour and sell enough tickets to make enough money to probably not have to work for another year or another 2 years or however long it is. And he makes enough money off of the stuff he does on YouTube and all of that, where he's putting in what he wants to do and make money. And I think that's like the perfect-ish place. He has like 250,000 people who are regularly listening to his music, and that's more than enough.
Yeah.
He's not, needing millions and millions and millions of listeners to keep them afloat.
Yeah.
And I think that we're getting to this place where there's a space for a lot of people to get into that realm and being independent, but to break through that realm into being like super successful, super famous, super this, super that, super rich. Mm-hmm. I just don't see that as being realistic. But that doesn't mean that there shouldn't be some kind of reform in the music industry.
Yeah.
Our music talk is taking kind of a weird turn.
Yeah.
Because of Taylor Swift, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
It's because of Taylor Swift, weirdly enough. Are there any people? Are there any? You know what we should do? You know what we should add to this?
What?
Is the music of the week or the album of the week should be announced at every single one of these for the following week, and then people in chat should listen to it too, and then we can talk about it. And that's how we should do album of the week. That makes the most sense. It also incentivizes us to stay on track doing this.
Yeah.
Because then we get to talk about the album. You know what? What do we want to do? Do we want to do Few Good Things as album of the week, or do we want to do something else?
I'm down for a few good things.
Oh, alright, yeah, sure.
Few Good Things by Saba is album of the week. Few Good Things by Saba is album of the week. One more time. Few Good Things by Saba is album of the week. I'm going to put a link to the Spotify for the album in the chat. If you listen to it, come on by and talk to us about it next week. Is there anything else we want to talk about before we start rapping?
Talk about how Slash, I love you, but I don't care about your solo work with my new Guns N' Roses album.
You're not going to get another Guns N' Roses. It's not happening.
I want it.
We all want things. We all want things, but we don't get them. You know? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Go check out Few Good Things by Saba. Blair, I love your dad's beard. I wish my dad was cool as yours. You know, isn't he a cool dad? He's a pretty cool dad. Who do you think he's the father of? Do you think he's our dad? Do you think we're like brothers? Also, who's older? Yeah. What's up, Dad? We got Dad over here. No, Jared isn't our dad.
Jared's name. His new name's Dad on the stream now.
Jared is the same age as me.
Yep.
So I don't know what to tell you.
He's my brother.
Okay, yeah. Cat's out of the bag. Brightline and Jared are related. Cat's out of the bag. Oh man.
If you didn't pick up on it already.
Yeah.
Oh man. So, what if secretly he's older? Also, you're stepping in the middle of what we call music talk. You look so much younger. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Or thanks to whatever you are. I'm appreciative. You're an old man.
Fuck.
Look at you, old man.
Fuck.
Little old man over here. Ooh. Who would win in a fight? Who would win in a fight? And then who would win in a talent show? Who would win in a fight? Who would win in a talent show?
Not me. I'm old.
Yeah, you're old. You have brittle glass joints. Your little glass joints over here. Jumping on in with your glass joints.
Man.
So you're jumping in the middle of he is too old to fight. You win. Yeah, that's fair. That's pretty fair. I'm liking this banter we got going on here. Polar Nights Thursdays.
It's a nice name, Polar Nights.
Is music talk. During music talk, all we do is talk about music. Jared, a fight and Twitch or talent show. Missile Thing thinks you beat me in a fight. Maybe. And then
I don't know
right now.
You don't know? Oh, well, he has his opinions. And then a talent show. I also don't know. I don't know what my talents are. Do I have talents?
Yeah, I could string up a couple things.
Okay. How about you? Since you seem to have an opinion pretty quick.
I think Twitcher can win in a fight, and Jared has a talent show.
I also agree with that. I 100% agree with that. Love the beard man. You're lucky, sadly, I can't risk getting a beard. You can't. What do you mean you can't risk getting a beard? What happens if you get a
I need
beard?
to know the story behind this now.
Yeah, I'm so curious.
Who's
your favorite bearded musician?
My favorite bearded musician.
Favorite bearded musician.
That's a tough question. A lot of musicians.
Or favorite facial hair. Girlfriend told me if I get a
That's
beard,
pretty good.
she'd grow a 70s bush, and after Googling and seeing what sadly can't be unseen baby faces is for me. I think 70s bushes are 100% a great thing.
Nothing wrong with 70s bushes.
I'm enjoying the bushes. I kind of like bushes.
I do like bushes.
Okay.
It was
This
horrible.
is music talks. No.
It was like a cat crawl. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's transition back into the music. All right. This is music talk. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you adding to chat. But also, bushes are great. Okay. So, favorite facial hair in rap. I have to go with the goatee mustache duo on a number of rappers. But I think Tupac does it well. I think Andre 3000 does it better.
Oh, yeah. Andre looks nice in it.
I like Axl Rose's beard. He has a nice beard.
What about Childish Gambino's beard?
That is a pretty good beard too. Yeah.
I like.
No respect for dad, the shit he was forced to do. Oh, you mean your dad? Okay. Because, because 70s bushes. Man, dude, 70s bushes are cool. Especially you put them in twists. Yeah. I'm into it.
Style that shit.
You always gotta style it. Do you have a favorite beard?
I don't know. I
Hair
don't necessarily have a favorite. I like a lot of facial hair.
I wonder.
I like Kanye's.
You like Kanye's?
Yeah.
Little Kanye.
Yeah.
Little simple thing.
Yeah.
I like.
You could rate it.
I like Lemmy's.
How about you, Polar Knights? Are you into any musician's facial hair? Lemmy's? Yeah, Lemmy's got a good one. I'm trying to think if there's anyone. I feel like it's
George's facial hair. George Harrison's facial hair.
Yeah, good
it's very
hair,
just like it's very nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice guy facial
Especially
hair.
like his long beard and like all things must pass.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What about bearded Bruce Springsteen from Born to Run?
Oh yeah.
I don't care about it. I think Bruce Springsteen looks so much better without a beard.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, how about the beard on Bob Dylan when he disappeared and he came back and he looked like a homeless man?
Oh yeah.
Terrible. Dimmu Borgir, mostly goats. Is that an artist? I'm gonna look that up. I have a computer right here. Anyone else? Any other facial hairs that you're liking? Jared.
Don't forget Bowie's facial hair from like Earthling.
Oh yeah. Actually, I do love that facial hair. I tried that funny mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a band, a Norway band, a heavy metal Norway band. Okay.
I still have that
My
picture.
kind of shit.
You gotta show them funny mustached Bowie.
You have to show his funny mustache.
Yeah,
Bowie.
look at him. Look at him.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Look at him. You probably can't even see him, but look at him.
Yeah. Oh, we can pull it up.
You
in
can't
a
even see
second.
shit. Yeah, but he looks really funny with a mustache. This is a bad picture of both Bowie.
These are all, I assume it's this guy. That's it.
That looks like he has a nice beard.
Ooh, that reminds me. Trent Reznor.
Trent Reznor. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Where are you? What do I have you set to properties? I think I need it to be, done. And then drag. Oh, come on. Give me just a moment while I shift stuff around. No, it's not what I want. There you go. No, go further. Okay. So this guy, Dimmu Borgir, this guy right here, is this who we're talking about? Heavy metal band. Do you know this guy?
I don't know this guy.
Kaiser, mate.
Yeah, this might be right up. Okay. Polar Knights, are you Kaiser? Polar Knights might be Kaiser. That would make sense. Wait. Polar Knights, are you Kaiser? No, that wouldn't make sense with everything you've been saying. Okay, stashed Bowie.
Yeah, I just tapped in David Bowie and Iggy Pop. That should be up there.
Wait, you know this artist personally? Are you from Norway,
Oh, wow.
Polar Knights?
That's pretty cool. That is really cool, actually. Wow.
They spell it right? Yeah, enter. I mean, that's kind of nice. I want the.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Stashed Bowie.
Seen them live. He
I
lived not far from. Wait. Are you saying that? Wait. Are we talking about Kaiser that you know personally? Or are you talking about Dimmu Borgir?
They're talking about Dimmu Borgir Kaiser saw them live. And,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick that Kaiser saw them live.
I knew it was a Kaiser band.
Yeah, that's so creepy. I like how it says music talk right there.
Did I get talking about music?
Talk about music with David Bowie. Bowie. This should be the cover of Music Talk.
Yes.
We should 100% just crop this and make that like the Music Talk page should just be that.
Be the best thing.
Oh man, I'm super down for that. This mustache isn't as intimidating to me,
Oh,
but maybe
shit.
just because
That's Kaiser's favorite picture.
Axl Rose.
And David Bowie, that's like.
That's Kaiser's favorite
man,
That's
picture.
like the dream.
Okay, I think we're gonna have to. This one, oh, it's because he's a beard.
He looks good.
The full beard.
That's
looks
Tin
nice.
Machine Bowie right there. He looks good.
Tin machine. The baby can.
He looks pretty
The
cool.
baby can.
This is the one where I said it looks like he's doing a magic trick. Oh, here we go. There we
You
go.
know what? This picture I found out it's the same. He took it from a painting that
Oh.
Iggy Pop also took it from for the Idiot cover. They were both mimicking that painting in their own way.
Interesting. Well, how about that? That's very interesting. Polar Nights, are you a Bowie fan? Are you a big fan of the Bowie? I mean, this is like a...
Either shim beards. Oh, I had Mick Jagger's Ned Kelly beard, but he didn't do any music with that. He just
Oh,
did it
it's
for the movie.
terrifying.
Yeah.
What?
I hate it.
Oh, I don't like that at all. Wait. Who is that?
Oh, Serge Tankian facial hair.
Search what?
Serge Tankian.
Surge Tankin?
Yeah.
Wait. You know what? No. This is the best beard music.
Oh, there you go.
Look at him.
Little Rick.
No, not a fan of him. You're not a fan of Bowie?
We can't be friends.
Oh.
Sorry.
Heavy metal and bluegrass and some jazz. I'm into it. Polar Nights,
Yeah,
where are
I mean,
you
yeah,
from?
I love all those.
Well, that bearded John. Look at him.
Yeah.
He looks fake. He just doesn't look real. Here he is.
Jerry.
Oh, yeah, he got a nice beard. Oh, Frank Zappa.
Zappa. Norway. Lyle Norwich. Do I look like I could be from Norway? Polar Nights. Ooh, what's Surge? Is that who you're gonna look up?
Yeah, Serge Tankian and Shavo. Fucking.
Type it in. Surge Tankin.
We'll go with Shavo. First, then we'll do Serge.
Is that it?
Yeah. He's got a fucking cool ass fucking rope goatee.
He's got a rope goatee. You know what? I thought these were super cool when I was a kid,
Yeah,
but
me
I don't
too.
like them anymore.
Oh, I would hate
You
to
might
have one of
be.
those.
My dad lived in the state.
Why is there a picture of him with Kanye?
Okay, your dad. Where's your dad from? Is he from the States or did he just live in the States for a while?
And then Serge.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, James Beard's okay. I mean,
Well, that's pretty sick, actually.
yeah.
He looks like
It looks cool when he plays bass.
I'm a quarter Norwegian. Oh, yeah, look at Kanye. Why are they next to each other? Oh, okay.
Alright.
I don't know. I'll post. You're not. Get out of here.
No.
He lived and worked in Seattle? Dude,
Oh,
that's
wow.
interesting. What kind of
That's-
work did he do?
Jared's dream is to live in Seattle.
Is that your dream?
It's not my dream, but I mean, maybe.
Look at
Maybe
someone's
I would
beard,
love
man.
Seattle.
Who do you want to look at?
Oh, yeah.
As a fisherman.
Oh, you should type in,
You make good money as a
just
fisherman.
type in Peter Torg's beard. He looks really funny with a beard.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Oh, he does the first.
As a fisherman.
I love how we're just looking
two
at
members
bearded
of the same
musicians
band,
now.
yeah.
I like this one.
That's pretty nice.
I like that. That's hilarious. I want to move to Arizona. I mean, I don't want to move to Arizona.
I know so many people that just moved to Arizona.
Really? You have two brothers in the States and one in Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, where?
Oh, that's
what?
pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah. What parts? One in Seattle, one in Oregon. What part of Oregon? What is it like? Seattle proper? Or is it somewhere else? I like him. He just looks better here to me.
Oh, yeah.
There's something about this that's just unsettling.
Oh, wow.
That's fake.
Yeah.
That was only during the Hypnotize Mesmerize era.
It's weird. Who's that guy? I don't know. Slayer?
Oh,
Same
yeah,
guy from
yeah.
Slayer.
Oh, you know
Bend.
what-
Okay.
You know what else has a cool beard? Dylan Carlson.
Type it in, bro.
No, not that Dylan Carlson.
I don't know. Is it this guy?
Yeah.
So, okay. What do you do in Norway? Do you work in Norway?
What about David
Are you going to
Goldbeard?
school in Norway?
Oh, yeah.
Or do you plan to stay there? Do you want to move somewhere else? David Gould? Is that what you
Yeah.
said?
David Gold had a cool beard.
He owns a
It
small
froze.
164 acre ranch. Not sure what he needs it for. He's a nerd that works for Microsoft. Crazy. Crazy.
No,
Oh, damn it.
that's not David.
Who is this?
No, don't worry. Go.
Is it any of these?
No, I felt.
Did you spell it? Was it
Yeah, he
gold?
spelled, yeah.
Devin.
Arrow keys, bro.
No,
Fine.
okay.
Just, there we go.
Just click musician right there.
Where?
On the right.
There you go. I don't want to move to the States.
Now I gotta.
That's fine.
I gotta go click the thing.
Click what thing?
No, the drop down thing.
It froze.
Not working no more. Oh.
It's going weirdly slow for some reason. What part of Norway do you live in? Do you live in the
There we go.
north,
Yeah.
the middle,
Look at his beard there.
the lower, the coastal?
Yeah.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Who is this guy?
David Gould from With the Ypres.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
This just looks like some dude I would know.
No,
I like to travel
not
to
anymore.
Canada for some sport fishing. Maybe just live in Arizona for a year and then move to Eugene. Are you talking about yourself, or are you talking about Polar Nights, Miss Lil Insane?
She's talking about herself.
That makes sense. On an island of the coast.
Hey, Tala.
Does it stay pretty warm? I would assume it's warm unless, because if you're in Norway, well, I mean, the coast is pretty long in Norway. That makes sense.
This went from music talk to looking at bearded musicians.
I mean, that's still music.
Yeah.
Let's not back away from that.
What about
What about?
Benny Anderson? He just has a.
You didn't even type in Peter Tork's beard.
Yeah, why are you fighting against Peter Tork's beard?
He looks really funny.
He does look really funny with the beard. That's why I want to say it. I want to show everyone it.
Everybody see Peter Tork.
Yeah, look at it.
Is that a real photo?
Yeah, it is.
He did what?
Unlike Mike. Mike looks really good with
Oh yeah,
it.
Mike looks great with a beard.
That looks fake. Warm, yes, it's 3
Old Peter looks good with the
Fahrenheit,
beard.
and only 1 meter of snow. Life is good. That's a lot of snow. That's crazy.
That sounds great.
I think it sounds great if you're not.
If you don't have to drive or every
Yeah.
day, yeah.
Yeah,
Jim Morrison's beard.
Jim, that's
Depends on
classic.
the
That's a
classic.
classic.
Yeah.
Oh, Jim. Oh, Jim Morrison.
Yeah.
This Jim Morrison beard.
I actually like Jim Morrison's
I
beard.
do.
It's
Yeah.
gorgeous. Look at that. It's weird that we're now just talking about
I
beards.
love that
Yeah.
he grew it out too, because he grew it out literally to be less attractive to women.
Yeah, that's great. What do we know? What are we knowing, Miss Little Insane? Are we knowing Jim Morrison and his beard? Look at that.
Yeah.
Did women find Jim Morrison
Not
super
Brian
attractive?
Wilson's beard.
Oh yeah. Oh, he looks funny.
Yeah, I know.
Jim Morrison used to have a problem where like literally he just like go out and then like literally women would just follow him.
No way.
Yeah.
That?
Yeah.
Dylan is better looking than
Ray
Jim
Ray.
Morrison.
Yeah.
I mean-
I don't.
Oh, yeah.
But like,
Who are we looking up? I keep forgetting the clip.
no offense.
No offense, but you're no Jim Morrison.
What about?
What
Who
about
else has a beard?
anybody?
Fucking Keith Moon's beard.
We're just looking up old musicians' beards for some reason. That's just all we're doing.
Keith Moon looks weird with a beard.
I kind of like it actually.
I don't like it at all.
Oh, there's Ringo and Keith
He-
Moon's
he-
beard. You can look at both their beards at the same time.
Ringo
looks-
actually looks good. I
Yeah.
think Ringo looks way better with
He
the beard.
looks like
Yeah.
the buddy from Tim the Toolman Taylor show.
Fucking Al.
Yeah, he looks like Al Borland. Like right there specifically. Polar Nights, make sure to follow if you want to check out all the music talks. We'll be doing it every week. We've been doing it every week for a while now. It'll be every Thursday at what is in the America 6 p.m. Pacific time and 9 p.m. Eastern time. Alright. What else are we looking at? Are we looking at anything else, or are we going to try to wrap this?
I don't know.
You're weirdly into looking at beard.
You didn't show him Brian Wilson's beard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were waiting for. Brian Wilson, sad beard. I don't like Peter Tork with a beard or Jim Morrison with
Oh
a
no,
beard.
I mean, not the baseball player. Love you, Brian Wilson. Thanks for the World Series by closing.
There we go. That's not him.
That's Dennis Wilson.
Yeah.
That's him, right?
Yeah.
What an interesting
Actually,
guy.
should have.
Brian Wilson looks like such a dad with the beard.
Dennis Wilson
He does
actually
look
looks
like
like
a dad.
with the beard. I think.
You love dad Brian Wilson?
Him? Oh, he looks great.
That's
Yeah.
Dennis Wilson, yeah.
Are they brothers?
Yeah.
They do not look like brothers. Wow.
Mike Love.
Oh yeah,
Is this Mike Love?
No,
No, it's not Mike Love. Who is that?
that's Carl Wilson.
yeah.
He looks so weird.
There's Mike Love in the way back, the balding one. There you go.
Mike Love, there you go.
Is Al Jardine the only one that didn't grow a beard?
I think
He
so.
has like a light beard.
Oh, no, there he is, right there. That's Al right there. That is Al.
right
Yeah.
in front of my face.
Oh man. Okay, I think we're done with the beard. Let's calm down on all these beards. All right, let's get back to us. Okay, so I think next Music Talk we'll probably discuss our 5 albums for February, for every February, for the rest of February's, and get that all put up there. Candy Coated, you're popping in at the very end. That's okay. Thanks for showing up. We've talked about quite a bit. Music Talk.
We really covered a lot.
We talked about albums that we're looking forward to this year. We talked a little bit about Iggy. We talked about... What else did we talk about?
Talked about how...
Talked about Saba's album.
We talked about
Saba's
Few Good
album.
Men... Or sorry, Few Good Things by Saba.
Good Men.
Which Few Good Things by Saba is Album of the Week. We are encouraging people to listen to Album of the Week. With us so that we can talk about it together and chat next week, and we'll probably do one every single week. Every single week. Wow, have we had this much chat since I posted it? I guess so. Hey, copy. Come on, I believe in you. I believe in you.
What? That Bob Dylan song.
I gotta do it
Believe
over
in
here.
You.
I believe in you, and you believe in me. I
What
don't
the
know.
fuck he said
I don't know, man. Okay, what else did we talk about? The two of you are also here.
We also talked about...
We talked about...
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, I talked about switching that up.
We talked about...
Oh man, I hate that.
There we go.
That
Yeah,
was
that
worse.
accidentally happens.
talked about Kanye.
We're probably gonna switch out our April musician from Dave Grohl / Nirvana to the Red Hot Chili Peppers, because the Red Hot Chili Peppers has an album coming out
At the end of April.
at the end of April, so it'll be kind of this build up to the new album, which will be kind of sick. We talked about Kanye. We talked about Kanye's documentary that is coming out on Netflix called JEEN, YUHS.
We talked about his beef with Pete Davidson.
Really interesting. We did talk about his beef with Pete Davidson. And then we weirdly enough talked about Kid Cudi for a while. We talked about like who Bright Blind or all of us found to be a better rapper. We talked about
The music industry.
Childish
a little bit.
Gambino. We talked about Mac Miller. We talked about a lot of people.
Talked about Taylor
the music
Swift.
industry quite a bit because of Taylor Swift. We talked about quite a bit. This has been Music Talk. Join us next week. Same time. Do you have anything you want to say before we exit, Jared?
Goodbye, people. Have a wonderful week, and long live Music Talk.
And
Long live ASAP!
yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Go
ASAP.
stream my 2 new songs on SoundCloud.
Check out his stuff.
Only up on SoundCloud right now because I got to work on getting them up on the other stuff.
Bro, if you want this to work better in the future, before we do the Music Talk, have the links ready for me. And I'll pop them into chat. People will be like, man, those are the links he's talking about. It'll make it a lot easier for people. Now they have to be like, who's Bright Blind? I have to type in Bright Blind. I have to put period, or it's not going to come up. And then they have to find you. And good luck. Good luck finding them. Thanks for dropping by. Music Talk is becoming one of my favorite parts of the whole channel. And it's an interesting thing to not feel like I need to play games and just to do something I would do anyway. Just weirdly, slightly more formal, and have Tupac watching us, because he watches all.
He wants to know.
He needs to know. He wants to know. He's going to know. Tupac. Thanks so much for Polar Nights for stopping by, Missile Insane for stopping by, DJ Core for stopping by, Candy Coated for popping in at the end. Anyone else who stopped by, thank you so much. Jared is out. Bright Blind is out. Check out his music. As always, I'm the Twitcher. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, a wonderful whatever you may be having, and we will see you. I'll see you tomorrow. They'll see you next week, if not before. Maybe we'll get Jared over here to speedrun before then. But, bye. Listen to Few Good Things by Sabbath. Get out of here.